Westworld.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld. The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make it little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking bone. I had a 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9'11", I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your dome. Keep cool, ain't no running up. How damn, now I'm coming up. They coming to kiss me, you dumb or what? You drawing, you done enough. They told me don't rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she know she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organizing. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge. Get admitted, I'm killing it. Case closed, I don't need a gavel. Know you hate it, don't even matter. New pay, still the same time.
People might, but just never forget that I do not. Always have that fresh in your mind. That I feel absolutely nothing for your pain and your problem. Because I know that all of your pain and problems are a test to make you stronger.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
Seeing if you're gonna step up into Westworld, you're gonna run.
You stick to the end, you get glorified. Let's make it official, I'm one of them. One of the greatest, is no exempt. It took me a minute to figure it out. I was struggling, get it made a man. I shuffled the deck and I played my hand. Just give me a reason to put them on you. Didn't believe that I had me a vision. Should I believe that you niggas loyal? We giving up game, they fumbling plays. I'm tired of talking, I'm racked out. Before that we started, they tapped out. I jumped in my duffel and blacked out. What you witnessing is elevation. Glory road to my destination. The haters, it's a celebration. And I put that on my reputation. You in the fall, this a demonstration. Get sick and I know they hate it. One Westworld every season. Hot boy, this dedication. I'm giving game, I don't need favors. Go against it, you won't see the danger. You ain't family, you a damn stranger. I'll beat your ass, I don't need a baby. I don't got time for excuses. I'm plotting on making the killer. I'm getting the feeling, they know that I'm coming, I'm running. Let's get to the business. I was still playing my post, taking the rim like diesel. Don't run with too many people. I don't feel none of us equal. None of us equal.
And there are some brothers and sisters that know that so much, they would never leave you. They would never abandon you. Since you have to stay alive here, they'll stay alive with you.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
They're one West. 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 They're one West.
It's the wall, bro. It's live. Almost sound crazy. Let's go and clap it up. Understand Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Shalom. Y'all about y'all should a thumb to all of the brothers that's tuning in. Y'all Shemala Thabashim, y'all shout to all of the sisters that's tuning in. Tonight is the Wednesday night scripture breakdown in the I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. zone. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Get straight up in the chat. Type in your questions. Type in your comments. You understand? Get active in the chat. Go on to press the share button, the like button. We live on the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter, the whole 9 yards. What is called again? X. We live on the X app. I don't know why they end up changing these names. You understand? But we live on these platforms, all right? We're going to get to any questions as y'all start to tune in. Any questions in the room? No questions yet? No sweat, no sweat. Any topic that we had already?
Going over the title is, what does the Bible say about sexual assault?
Okay.
LGBTQ.
Oh man, that I listen. Cap about to go into a heavy topic because I literally just did a video on the on Drake's influence. Y'all seen that? Any of y'all seen that video of that little boy that is his mother, whoever that was in the background, dressed him up like a girl? Any of y'all seen that video? Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's going on, right? It was a little boy, little black boy that told his mom that he wanted his mother to dress him up as Drake. Now, can anybody guess what that little boy doesn't have when he went to his mother and asked for this? Anybody guess? A father. The water. A father. Can't nobody sit here and tell me that there is not a black man that is needed in every black household, that there's not a man that is needed in every household. Let me tell you something, black woman that's out there. These babies need the balance of having a father and a mother in that house. They need a balance of that's going on, because when that is removed, you are now, give me the scripture, Shapat, and the scripture about removing a strong man from the household. Give me that scripture quick, fast, right? The Bible talks about these things because without this balance and without this structure, you are bound to now teach and guide a household unruly, chaotic, and with a whole bunch of confusion. This little boy asking his mother, can you dress him up as Drake? Has anybody guess how Drake has been dressing recently? Like he buys his clothes from Diddy. That's who. Like he buys his clothes straight from Diddy's closet. He gets his nails painted. You understand? A nice and bright yellow color. He puts colored clips in his hair. And when you go look at this boy has on lipstick. He got on a wig. He got on the whole 9 yards to get dressed up and says, I want to see and I want to look like Drake. Let me help you understand something. When the Bible tells us and gives us these instructions and these rules and regulations that you think that you have an option to follow or not follow, going against them, you don't understand the nature of the law, statutes, and commandments. So you don't understand the value and the wisdom that's behind it. When the Bible tells us to train up a child in the way that they should go, you have to tell somebody where they should go. Everybody wants to follow. I'm not letting man tell me what to do. Everything you know was taught from a man. Everything you know. You speak in the language that you speak. You learning how to walk. You learning how to ride a dang bicycle. Everything had to get taught to you. You understand? So now when you remove that man from that household, and now you disorder the order that the Lord had set for a man to be in charge of that household. Why? Because without that man there, what is it? And the woman, what is the statistic that has led to our black babies out there in the streets, out there in these neighborhoods? Do not these single mother households end up growing up either some destroyed young brother that ends up joining some gang, hitting the streets, wilding out, and they all do it for what, man? I love my mom. I want to get my mom out the hood. That son now becomes your husband. You now treating that man, that son with all of the love, all of this compassion, instead of putting a father or putting a masculine figure, you understand, his father there to now raise him and teach him so that they have this balance, so they can grow up with this knowledge and wisdom on how to be a man and not have to question their sexuality. When we talk about the LGBTQ community, nobody wants to talk about the dark side of the rainbow. Nobody wants to talk about the dark side of the rainbow. It is not all happy shines and skittles. It's not it's not how they try to make it out to be, and that is some happy thing. Why don't you ever attack the thing that made you that way? Why do you want to sit here and tell a lie to something that's not true? And it's not a matter of it's popular and it's accepting. It's accepting because nobody wants to attack the trauma that's taking place. So now why not get joined with the cool kids and go get high, right? Now, why not go join the cool kids and dress like this and throw on all sorts of feminine clothes if you're a boy? And if you're a girl, why not just go ahead and try to be a man and try to be what they call it, a dyke? Why not going to try to do that? Because everybody accepts it. Who's against 420? Who says that love can't be love? I can be love, right? You have a whole crew, the whole pronoun crew out here. Well, this is my perspective. This is my corrective pronouns, and I'm he and I'm she and I'm dog and I'm other. You on some application marking other, and nobody's going to hire you because they want to know what do you classify yourself as? Because this is what we need at this job. You causing nothing but confusion within that household to these children and these babies, because it starts from that. It starts from that low. It starts from that low. It starts from the foundation. Shapat, you got that scripture for me? Read it when you got the chance.
Book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27.
All right.
No man can enter into a strong man's house. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
It says no man can enter into who?
Strong man's house.
A strong man's house. The first thing you have to understand is a man has to be in that house. That's the first thing you got to understand about the scripture. The next thing you got to understand, it says a strong man's house. Can't no man enter into a strong man's house, because a strong man mentality wise, he's prepared for war. He understands the neighborhood he lives. He understands the value within his home. He understands how to protect his home. This is the things that make him strong. He has the wisdom to know how does that to keep his values protected. Keep reading.
And spoil his goods.
And do what?
Spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods. You understand? The Bible says that Israel is a spoiled nation. Who spoiled this people? You understand? We've been spoiled by all sorts of philosophy, all sorts of doctrines. Why? Because our strong man, our leadership was weakened. Our gates was languished, as it says in the book of Jeremiah. You understand? Our gates and our protection was languished. Now we have punks that's leading us. Now we have people like P. Diddy that's speaking on the politics of black households and talking about black unity. Now we have people like that have been the ones that we've been listening to for years. All of your Christian pastors that have been lying to us and scamming grandmama out of her pocketbook, out her little penny pocketbook, scamming her, and every dollar and every penny that she could get have been scamming her. These are the people that we've been listening to for a long time. And then now you look that they've had their chance. They've had their chance to rule over us. And look how we have been as a people. Our families are destroyed. Our mothers and fathers have been through every single divorce that you could imagine, right? Our children are growing up without their fathers. Our sons at 2 million plus are filling up the jails and the prisons in America. The Christian church obviously has failed. There was no strong man within the Christian church. That this weak behind image you see right here, this was not a strong man. You understand? This is not a strong man for the black household. This was not a strong man for the Hispanic household, nor the Native American Indian household. This was not a strong man for them. You understand? Christianity was not strong and built to give us the wisdom and guidance on how to protect our household. Read it from the top.
Book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
No man can enter into a strong man's house and do what?
And spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods. You understand? A strong man has some valuables inside of that house. You understand? Has some valuables inside of that house. His wife, his children. You understand? His goods, his inheritance. He has a lot of things, a lot of valuables that's inside of that house. And he's able to protect it because he's strong. He's able to protect it because he is not weak. He is not a coward. Go ahead, Shapat.
It's like, sir, it's heavy how you say it, because, you know, saying his daughter, his wife, you know, saying coming into to the school, I never looked at the word spoiled as a bad thing. But now that I know the meaning of destroyed and all that, you look at a woman or a child that's been spoiled. That means like you can't tell them no more. You know what I'm saying? That's the main part of it. You can't even tell them no more. That's destroyed. That's
definite. It's definite context to that word spoiled, but you making a good point by saying like how you be. So you saying how, I'm gonna spoil my son. I'm gonna spoil my daughter. You spoil them would rather be gifts. So you're not correcting them. You what is it? You are sparing the rod. You understand? You're not disciplining them. Go ahead.
Okay, now when Christmas come up and they don't get that exact thing they want, they're going to show you how ungrateful they are. They're going to act a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't tell them no.
Yeah, their minds. Matter of fact, heavy point that how you brought it down that angle, because their minds has most definitely also been spoiled. Now, if you're not there for my life and you got locked up, Officer Bakwash, and you miss 10 of my birthdays, I now hate you because you missed 10 birthdays. Meanwhile, we're not even supposed to be celebrating birthdays. I now hate you because you missed 10 Christmases. I ain't get Christmas gifts from you for the last 10 years, Dad. So now I hate you. And no, now I don't care that you're trying to be here now. I don't care about this. Now the philosophies and doctrine and the spirit of this world has now spoiled our babies' minds, has spoiled our sisters' minds, has spoiled our brothers' minds. How's it spoiled our brothers' minds? You're supposed to be taught from yay high that another black man is your brother, that another Latino is your brother, Native American Indian is your brother. Now we got violence against one another. Shalom, you understand? Now we got violence against one another. We spoiled as a nation because our leadership was weakened. Our gates, our protection, who it is that's supposed to guide us, all of that was spoiled. So now here I am, got beef with another Latino. Here I am, got beef with the Haitians. Here I am accepting an identity that's not mine. Now I think I'm African because you bought a cheap behind dashiki and smell like flies and cow dung. Now all of a sudden you think you African. You can't fit one ring around your neck at all. You can't fit one of them little gold hoops around your neck whatsoever. But you get your little dashiki, you believe you're African. So you begin to now accept identities that you're not. What else? You begin to accept religions that you're not, and gods that are not yours. You understand? Go ahead.
Like if I may, and it's so heavy how you say that, and accepting everybody but our own, right? Because you go to any of these establishments out here where it's black or Latino owned,
Right.
let them look like the spot isn't as clean as you want to, or you see them do anything, blah blah blah. You not going in no more.
Yeah.
But you fly to Africa, and the moment you get off the plane, it stink. And if you
And
can see how they prepare their food, you gonna still eat it and act like, oh, it's a privilege.
Right. Yeah. That's because we have been spoiled inside of America. We've been spoiled inside of them churches. We've been spoiled inside of these Christian households. We've been spoiled by loving our oppressor. Because let me tell you how you know you've been spoiled when you look at the condition of black people. When you look at the rap sheet of everything that our oppressor has done, of everything of what the Koreans have done to us, what the Arabs have done to us, what the so-called white man has done to us, what the Africans have done to us, and we turn around and make bonds with them. We turn around and put everything to the side. Everything to the side. They hold grudges. You should see how these other races talk mess behind you. Y'all brothers, matter of fact, have y'all seen the recent video that came out? The sister used that Google Translate while she was getting her nails done, and it was translating what the Korean lady was saying, or the Chinese lady was saying, something like that. Whatever she was, whether it's true or factual or not, the point is, this is what goes on. They talk mess about you right in front of your face because you don't speak their language. The little translation was saying, oh, her man couldn't pay for her nails, and they cracking up on the sister, and the sister's sitting there with the phone as it's translating, sitting there picking up everything that this Chinese woman, whatever she says, Korean woman was saying. These nations don't respect you. These nations think you are nothing but sport and entertainment. That's what these nations think of you. Please.
I have a coworker at a slave, and he's a Pakistani, right? And he was telling me that how when he first came over here, he was at the playground with his daughter. She was probably 1 or 2, and his English was really bad at the time. And he was trying to speak to his wife in English, and it was like broken English. And then he looked over and he saw an Edomite just laughing at him, right? Because he couldn't speak right. So he said from that moment on, when he saw that, he was like, from that moment on, I'm going to purposely talk crap about Edomites in front of them in his language. And he was like, even to this day, his daughter's 5 or 6, and he talks crap about them to her in their language. And he just sitting by them, looking at them, talking crap about them in front of their face.
Shalom. It's shalom. It looked like he learned. He didn't go over there and say, hey guys, I want you guys to stop talking bad about me. I want you to know that I'm working on my English. This isn't even my language. He didn't go over there and try to be buddy and friend with them. He didn't sit over there and say, let's be apologetic and let's just say sorry and let's just kumbaya and be friends and let's forget this ever happened. You want our kids to go play together at the playground? Nah, that brother learned. He said, oh yeah, say no more. He went back over there, and when he see, and now to this day, he get to talking mess and about Edomites in front of their face because of what they did to him. You understand? Seems to me like he learned. You understand? You understand? And with that, we're gonna pass the class over to Precinct Captain Mashak Mayung.
You mind hooking me up with that mother and stuff? All right. What we looking like?
Strong man scripture.
Somebody had a question? Okay, what was going into the top of?
He's going into the strong man scripture, breaking into no man can enter to a strong man's house without and spoil his goods. We was going to that scripture because I started off. I don't know if you've seen the video of the little black boy that had asked his mother to dress him up like Drake, and pretty much they put makeup on him and put a wig on him and all this and above. Yeah, Khan.
A wig?
It was a wig on him, like a little bob cut type of wig on him, a little burgundy looking wig or something.
So Drake be wearing wigs or something?
Drake be putting colorful clips in his hair and doing little feminine hairstyles. Yeah, kind of Wakan. And he paints his nails. He paints his nails yellow. He paints them pink and purple. You know what I mean? He paints his nails as well now. You know what I'm saying? So we was going into that and pretty much train up a child in the way that they should go in that direction with the scripture and talking about how our house has been spoiled. You know what I mean? That's where we had left off at.
Okay. I didn't see the clip. Is the clip we could play it?
It's on my Facebook.
If it's something we could play, that would be too wild. So I could get, if I could see how it is. If it's something we could pull up. You able to pull this up?
Send it to him right now in the message.
Okay, and you was going through it to show what? The beef with Drake and Kendrick, or just
going into the whole Bible spirit of that LGBTQ.
okay.
Nobody want to talk about like where they started at and how this is a learned behavior. And typically, right there, because I was saying that's an example. He's saying, you know, he's saying the little boy saying that I want to dress like Drake, like dress me like Drake. Mother, like I made you look just like Drake. Made you look just like Drake.
Sound
like,
kind of familiar.
Right,
Sound
the
like
little
I've seen
boy,
that
he couldn't be no more than 8 years old, 7 years old. You know what I mean?
Play the tape and let me see.
Yeah.
Is he able to play it?
Concert, yeah.
All right, no sweat. If there's any questions online,
So far,
Go ahead. All right, if there's no questions, we're gonna definitely get into the topic, all right? All right, go ahead.
I made him look like. He said he wanted to look like Drake, so I made him look like
I
Drake.
feel like I see that clip before.
You look mad. You look just like Drake.
Yeah, I
said
think
he
I
wanted
see
to
that
look
clip.
like
He have
Drake,
on lipstick and all that type of thing.
I made him look like Drake.
I think that's an old clip.
You look mad. You look just like Drake.
I think it probably coming up because of the Mother's Day. I see this a few years ago for Mother's Day, and people were saying, "This is your Mother's Day."
Yeah, that's why I got it from.
Yes.
Posted saying this is your Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from a little while ago, but that was my first time I seen it. As soon as I seen it, I used it to make a tape. But that's the video that I was going on.
Yeah, the little boy is for sure, you know, super feminine, but he's grown feminine. That's how whoever grow him like that. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, men is needed in the world. That's all. Men is needed to set things in order, make sure things stay in order, and to correct any kind of action that, you know, is a little bit off. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Al.
It's heavy what you were saying because there's a video, you probably seen this as well, where his brother is coming into a preschool and he sees his son being dressed in a dress.
Okay, that sounds familiar, but that happened a few times though, so maybe there's more than one. There's a few of them that happened. The one I'm familiar with, the boy don't have on a dress, he have on like a tutu. You know them ballerina
Concert.
Tutu. So it probably they're doing it over and over. But go ahead, Al. I mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no sweat, sir. But he went in there and he set things straight. Like, this is my son. Do not put no dress on him.
Well, you were
don't do whatever. Yeah. Yeah, concert.
Yeah, men is needed, and okay, you best believe, brother, he ain't gonna be allowed back in school. He gonna have to stay outside. They're gonna have to keep him by the damn, you know, door. They're not gonna allow him too much freedom to walk up and down in there because some of them teachers is gonna say he intimidating them. Should happen to me. I couldn't walk in the school no more, which is why the motherfuckers learn at home. Salakia. They stopped me and said, "Nah, you can't go in no more." I said, "No sweat, ain't no problem, ain't no problem." The world is becoming a place where a man's presence is just you being there is threatening. You don't have to say shit. You don't have to do it unless you become extremely smooth and real, feminine, which is their standard of a man. Anything outside of that, so can you wait outside? What's your business here? They question you, all that type of shit. So that father who did that, more than likely, they're gonna probably start to cut him off early. They're gonna have a teacher waiting there to meet him by the door. You know what I mean? Keep him in the office. He can't walk through the school because he'll correct what's going on. Right? He'll start correcting shit that's going on, and you know what I mean? Damn near like you gotta walk in there and just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. And that's that. That's schools, public schools. That's been my experience with public schools in DC. I don't know anywhere else, but I've heard people talk about public schools nationwide, and it seems to be a problem. It seems to be an issue where they get to do what the hell they want, and you can't say nothing to them about nothing. You know what I mean? So, like all this stuff was going on with DC with the teacher with the braiding the hair. With the kids, taking the hair out. Then there was another one in DC with some teacher. She posts her ass like a side profile and say these 10th graders going crazy over your girl, some shit like that. And of course the comments eat her up over the shit, so she tried to take it down, but they done screenshot the shit and share it around and all that type of stuff going on now. I done seen that before COVID. I had some hard experiences with it, and it seems like a public school issue. It seems like that's really what it, like you can't really tell them nothing. You can't, to say, well, listen, this is my child. I want it done this way. I want it done that way and nothing else. Now you evil for it. And it's just, it's just more reason to separate from this kingdom. You need to absolutely separate from this place. You know what I mean? So where we at? Any questions in the room? Any questions online? Just say them now. All right. If not, let's go to my topic, right? So sexual assault, right? I hope I could say that. Right? What's the correct internet word for it? SA? So you can't say sexual assault. Fuck them. Sexual assault, right? You know why? Because it's like, how black people scared to say the word cancer? Like somebody have it, they'll say they got the C. They got, they got that C. C is not scary. C doesn't sound scary. Somebody who is, not who doesn't have it or probably leading a lifestyle that could get it, maybe a chronic smoker or somebody eating pork a lot. You tell them about C. How's C? It's not scary. You say the word cancer, that stops you in your tracks. You get the point? I think with this oppressor, especially a lot of his clean words, it's really to hide dirty actions. You understand? There's certain things you can't say. So you can't say sexual assault, you can't say rape no more. Why? Is it not happening? Like, are we not saying it because it's no longer happening? You get the point? Like, if it's no longer happening, then fine. Get rid of the word. But it's happening so damn much now. I could only say SA. SA could be anything. I'd be talking about South Africa. Like, what the hell are we talking about? You're going to have to talk about it to make people feel uncomfortable so that people could stop it. So that you can't talk about it no more, and the word will just eventually just fade to hell away. Nobody ain't going to say anything about it no more. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't take the word away and think the action is just going to disappear or something. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to go into what the Bible says about sexual assault or SA or grape or whatever hell dumb shit you want to say. But it's a serious situation. And also with the LGBTQ. All right. You all know this is Pride. We're on the cusp of Pride Month. So we're going to dedicate this class to Pride. All right. We'll see how long we stay on the air. I'm taking bets. All right. So Give me a definition of sexual assault. Give me a definition of sexual deviance or deviant. Give me deviant first. Give me deviant. Give me sexual assault, deviant. All right. And then we'll take from there. I keep definitely monitor that chat for questions, please. All right.
Ready, sir?
Yeah, if you have it, go ahead.
Come. Deviant, straying or deviating from, especially from an accepted norm.
One more time.
Straying or deviating, especially from an accepted norm.
Right, to stray or to deviate from an accepted norm. There's a certain normal thing that's accepted, right? That's what you would call culture, right? Or a social norm or a norm in anything. And a deviant or to deviate or deviance is to stray off from the norm into something that's not normal. All right, anything else on it? Go ahead, please, sir.
Someone or something that deviates from a norm, especially a person who differs markedly, as in social adjustment or behavior from what is.
Slow down a little bit. Say it again.
Especially someone who. Especially a person who differs markedly, as in social adjustment or behavior from what is considered normal or acceptable.
Right. You deviate, a marked deviation, where it's like sometimes you'll have a deviation that's not, it's not alarming. That's just a little bit off the norm. You get the point? That's what you would call what? Preference. You get the point? The norm might be, I don't know, what's a good example? Somebody who has a preference. A norm might be, I don't know, 2-wheel drive cars. Somebody just get a 4x4. That's their preference. It's not, that big of an issue. You get the point? Or like, good example, UK, right? Europe on the whole drive tiny cars, small cars, little 2-door cars, real small cars, right? Them the Latino tribes, they like a lot of them smaller cars too, but not that small. Europe on the whole drives small cars. It's very rare to see somebody with a big car. You get the point? So now to see a big car is like, it's not the norm, but it's still a car. It's just a little bit outside. Little bit outside. Now, in a country like Europe, to see somebody with a, one of them DeVille, old Snoop Dogg DeVille that probably the size of this room, that's deviant for them. They're gonna look at you like, why you have to live so lavishly. That's European culture. European culture is very classist. There's a heavy classism going on where to drive a bigger car means you get taxed more. You have to pay more to drive the bigger car because they say you're taking up more space. It's a bigger engine, so you're polluting. You're responsible for more air pollution. It's bullshit, really. All it really is the rich could drive that, and you poor people drive that shit. And it's to keep that divide so that they don't drive around and you with your poor black ass driving something flashy like them to make them. That's really what it's about. It's to keep, the separation of the classes. So now you drive something, they'll look at you like you're deviant, like you're just too much. Just think like European people, how the European culture, how the things we do to them is just outlandish. It's just why he got to be so flashy, like how they take away celebrations in the NFL. To them, that's deviant. To them, that's why he got to do that. He could just score the touchdown and run back and play. Nigga just scored a touchdown. What the hell you mean run back and play? 5-minute pause. We're going to dance. We're going to boogie. We're going to do everything. To them, that's you just disgusting. Forget about a black man with kids. How many kids you got? 5? You're doing all of them. That's disgusting. That's what they literally say. That's disgusting. To them, that's deviant. That's not normal. They want 2.5 kids. What the hell is a half a child? That's them. But to us, that's our culture is different. Go ahead.
Like when at the world playing soccer, they scored goal, like
Not
stop
soccer,
the whole
brother.
joint.
It's not soccer. That's yeah, we don't suck nothing now. We don't suck nothing. That's deviant language, brother. It's called football. You use your foot and you play with a ball. It's called football. Do we understand each other? I hope so. I hope so. I pray we do, brother. Because I know, even that's to say it sounds gay to me. To say it sounds very, yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, you don't want to be deviant no more.
No, I'm saying with the whole, you know, they run around like they're airplane. Score.
Right. Okay, even like that comes from I.S.U.P.K. That is not European football. That's I.S.U.P.K. You see that when they score goal, how did the commentator say goal? And like for 3 minutes, that's I.S.U.P.K. right commentators. That is not English or French commentators. Even that part comes from us. You get the point? Even that loud, you know, some, and he say it loud, long, and extra. That's us. That's not them. This is not them. Once again, our culture is deviant to them. You understand? So to deviate or to be a deviant, you have to now step away from what's normal, acceptable culture. There's another video I'm gonna send to you to play too. All right. What's the other one I asked for? Sexual assault. Okay, go ahead.
Sexual assault is the term sexual assault refers to sexual contact or behavior that occurs without explicit consent of the victim. Some forms of sexual assault include attempted rape, fondling or unwanted sexual touching, forcing a victim to perform sexual acts such as oral or penetration the perpetrator's body, penetration of the victim's body, also known as rape.
Right. So the primary underlying thing here is by force, without consent. Right. So with you doing something without consent, you deviating from what's normal. The problem is in this society, in America, it's normal to do things without consent. Damn near to do it the right way, you're a deviant. You get the point? Damn near. It's the turning of things upside down. It's woe to them that call evil good and good evil. You get the point? So now with them two definitions, let's go into it from a biblical standpoint, all right? Come on. No, hold on before that. Give me Micah 2 and 1. 1 through 2. Let's start there.
I'm at the, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'll take that.
God will come. We had the book of Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right. Woe to them, danger, destruction to them that devise evil and work it upon their beds, meaning lying and thinking about evil. And also on topic, what we're talking about. You get the point? It's doing evil on that bed or in that place where you would have sex with a woman or a woman have sex with a man, but it's evil. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right. It's in the power of their hand to do evil, to devise iniquity. Right. So like your oppressor, soon the morning wake up, he's looking to see who he could oppress. He's looking to see, you know, how he could get over, how he could make more money. And it doesn't matter who it affects. Right. He goes after that. And similar light, because there's power in his hand, because the typical force usually comes male to female. However, women also violate men, like that tape you played. That woman violated that little boy by putting a wig on him and dressing her up with lipstick and making him act like a girl. You're violating the boy. It's not sexual assault, but it's definitely a violation. And women who usually do that to boys eventually escalate it. Start with the kissing on the mouth, touching them, trying to bathe them. Then it goes into something else. You get the point? That Chris Brown, he said at 9, I think he was violated by his babysitter. But of course, for a man, that's not something you go cry about or talk about because of the pride. For a woman, it's a little bit different but he was violated when he was young. You know what I mean? And it's the same, same situation. All right, go ahead.
They practice it because it is in the power of their hand, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Right, these same evil bastards, they covet fields and take them by violence. Like, example, what am I talking about? These oppressors, they would see a land and want it, and take it by violence, and that's America. You get the point? That's different parts of America where there's so much there's so many highways. That place in North Carolina we went to last year, I forget the name of the area, where right now there's a highway running right through neighborhoods that was black, and the government just built through it. Didn't give a damn about nobody. You get the point? They'll just take it and take it by force and do whatever. Run you off your land, do whatever. Rosewood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, they covet first and then take it by force, just like a predator who was a sexual assault predator, right? Who is, he's supposed to be on the registry, he or she. You get the point? Go ahead.
And take them by violence and houses.
And take them by violence, which is force, a physical force, some sort of physical repercussion that makes you freeze or rethink yourself or put you in a fight or flight mode. You get the point? Some sort of violent act or threat that will put you in a fight or flight mode. And again, because of this society, it's so feminine. And this is not an attack on the sisters. This is the oppressor. Because it's so feminine, 90% of the times in a violation, you choose flight. You freeze and then flight instead of immediate fighting. You get the point? A masculine society is immediate reaction. And even in a masculine society, sisters will still be feminine, but they would know this is a masculine society. I ain't going for that shit. Like Susanna, in History of Susanna. You remember that? That she lived in a masculine society, even though them two bastards was evil as hell and wanted to rape her. You get the point? But she knew the society she lived in. She's like, well, damn that. Let them kill me then. Lord, I'll fall into your hands, but I ain't dealing with them. Because she's living in a masculine society. Now think about something like that today. Something like that today, the society is feminine. Nobody has faith in the Lord. So now you have Cassie, even though she's a heathen. You have all them girls from R. Kelly. Give me some more. Who else? What was it talk about? Aaliyah, right? All the allegations coming out with Jay-Z and Dame Dash and somebody else. I forget who's the other person who would say what with her. Say again? I don't know who the hell is that.
She's the one who's spilling all this stuff about everybody. And so far, majority of what she's been saying has been like
true. Okay, she's a gossip. I'm talking about actual victims then. I'm talking about more victims. I'm talking about them 5 boys with Eddie Long. You get the point? It's not a fight society. It's not a masculine society. A masculine society is you're going to have some fight in it. You're going to have some sort of conflict going on. You get the point? Because the society is like that. No, this ain't going on here. This is going on here. We got to fight. Versus this going on here. I want this to go on. Well, let me see your point of view. You understand? It's a totally different thing. All right? Where we at? Verse 2?
God will come. Verse 2. And take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
You understand? And that's okay. That same spirit is what's really going on with sexual assault. It's the covet first. You want it. And you don't necessarily, and sometimes the want for it is not because you need it. Sometimes the want for it is because that person has it. You get the point? Like who? Who are we talking about? Precept. It's in the Bible. Says you had your hand up? Oh, okay. Because trying to frame y'all.
Salag, sir. King David with Uriah's wife. How he said
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about Yep. And David paid dearly for that. I didn't think about that one because this one is more specific to the precept. But that's also one. where David saw Uriah's wife. Bathsheba wanted her and put Uriah to death over the shit. And David suffered. Right? That's not the one I was thinking, but there's another one. Go ahead.
David's son, what he did with he had lust over.
Okay, we come to that one later. There's something else, which is down here on the same precept in Micah. No? Give me 1 Kings chapter 21. First Kings 21. I'll tell you where to start. Hold on, it might be 20. Hold on. No, 21. I think it's 21. Start at 1. Start at yeah. No, yeah, start at 1. Whoever read it.
Book of 1 Kings, chapter 21, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth, the Jezreelite, had Naboth, the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was
Jezreel, I believe, is another name for Israel. All right. You see Jezreel in the Bible. I think it's another name for Israel. All right. Go ahead.
Which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria.
So this brother Naboth, he had a vineyard that was hard against the palace. When they say hard against, what does that mean?
It's right beside it.
It's right up against it. Like the palace wall here, his vineyard line starts there. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house. And I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
All right. So what did Ahab want to do?
He wanted to buy the vineyard.
No. Read it one more time. Now. Go ahead.
He wanted to take his vineyard.
And essentially do what with the brother?
It's like buy him out, you know.
And so where would the brother go?
Just take his land.
He wanted the brother gone. Brother's too close to him. I don't know if you've seen it. Read it one more time.
The book of 1 Kings. Book of 1 Kings, chapter 21, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth, the Jezreelite, had a vineyard.
No, read verse 2.
Read verse 2.
That's where we was at.
Come, sir. Got my switch too far.
That's right. If you need somebody to grab it, you can grab it or not.
Verse 2.
All right, let's go.
Verse 2. And Ahab spoke unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard. Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house. And I will give thee for it a better.
Because you want a garden of herbs, because what?
Because it's connected to his house.
He says near to my house. You get the point? He wanted it because it was near to him. That's it. That's all he wanted. That's it. He's King Ahab. He in the palace. Who the hell is this nigga planting grapes on my wall? All right, go ahead.
Okay. Salaki. Give me thy vineyard that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house. And I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
Keep going.
Okay, verse 3. And Nabal said unto Ahab, the Lord forbid it to me, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came.
So this land came from what? Ahab's forefathers. It was handed down to him. I said, man, I can't give away my father's inheritance. I can't do that. That's for my son. Right? Go ahead.
Come. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers, and be laid him down upon his bed, and turned away his face, and would eat no bread.
This nigga got sick because somebody told him la. He went on his bed, just like we went in Micah. Because there's power in his hand, he went on his bed and he started devising evil. We ain't gonna go all the way into this. This is definitely a good story, but long story short, he killed his brother. I believe he killed him, or he was trying to kill him to get the land. You get the point? He went on his bed and he wouldn't even eat. They come in, king, get some food. Turn his face. And he cannot, function, because how dare he plant a grape near to the wall, right? Does it say exactly where? Hold on. What verse you at right now? Well, I think I ain't wrong down, but no, you're right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread?
Right, and this is the famous Jezebel, all right? This is the famous Jezebel. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee mine vineyard. Verse 7. And Jezebel his wife said unto him, doth thou not govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. So
Jezebel is telling him, say, listen, man, you forgetting who the hell you are? You's the king. What the hell you mean? Listen, I'll go get this thing for you. Go ahead.
So she wrote the letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters on to the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling with Naboth. And she wrote in the letters, saying, proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him, to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blasphemy God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may die. Verse 11. And the men of his city, even the elders of the nobles who were the inhabitants of his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them.
So now, what's Jezebel's plan? Who pick up the plan? This is why they don't like the Old Testament. It's grimy as could be. Some good old, power, Godfather ass, grimy, Scarface, grimy. Come on. Pass the mic if you don't mind, bro.
I was going to say they planting charges on him. They conspired to plant some charges.
She called some brothers and said, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to set him on high so everybody know who he is. And then we're going to get 2 notable men to come and say he done broke the law, but a law that you could put him to death for. This, from these people here, Just take that same spirit and fast forward to the time of Christ. And when they ask him questions, whose wife is this one? Do you do away with the law of Moses? They was conspiring to kill him. You get the point? This is what was going on back, not was. Shit, hell. This is who we are. That's I'm talking about in the world, of course. That's our people. You get the point? Evil as could be, which is why they had to vacate them seats. They had to get rid of it. So this damn broad here, she set up to put this brother to death over coveting the land. You get the point? Go ahead, keep reading.
And the
what verse you was that on?
I'm at verse 11. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were in the inhabitants of his city, did as Jezebel said to them. Mm-hmm. And as it was, and
take your time and read it slower. Right?
Come. And as it was written in the letters which she had sent to them. Verse 12. They proclaimed a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. Mm-hmm. Verse 13. And there came in two men.
So like, I want to send a video, right? Where do I send it? Okay, no sweat. Go ahead, brother, please.
Come. And there came in two men, children of Belial.
I'm gonna have to send it on WhatsApp, all right? I ain't seeing how the link here. So like it might be my down phone. So like, yeah. Right, go ahead, Shapai.
Come. And sat before him, and the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme the God and the king. Mm-hmm. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones that he died.
Just like that. You care about this, brother. I sent it to you on Messenger, right? I'm gonna let you know when to play it, right? Didn't care about his brother family. Didn't care who he had to support. Nothing. He gone over this thing here. Of course, later, Ahab, I think, was either put to death or he committed suicide. One of them prophets prophesied against him. I think dogs ate him. Some dogs ate him up. And of course, Jezebel, she was a horrible ass, bro. I think she was put to death also. She killed a whole ton of priests too. Come on.
Like, was she the one that they end up stabbing her to death inside?
It could be. I can't really remember. I haven't read it in a while. But I know dogs ate somebody. And I know she had put some priests to death. She, who it is? Remember Elijah when he called the fire down? There was some priest who was coming up against her before. She put all of them to death. And I think that's how Elijah come on the scene to rise up against her priest. Right? She was an evil, horrible bastard. I believe she was a Hamite too. I believe she was a heathen. And she was put to death, which is why Christ in Revelation says, don't allow that Jezebel spirit to come up in here. That's a broad who want to be a man and want to rule everything and just destroy men. She don't care who she destroy. She act like she helping Ahab to destroy another brother that destroy Ahab. She just winning. You get the point? He's saying don't let that shit come up in here. But anyway, so you see the first it starts with the coveting and then now move to take the brother's life over the land. Right? We clear on that from the same scripture in Micah. Now give me the one you was calling for. All right, just hold on to that one, all right? No, slack it, the video I'm talking about. You haven't pick up the beat yet. You haven't pick up the beat. Go ahead, let's read out.
I got the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
I read it one more time.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. But unto the damsel that shall do nothing, there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
There's something online.
Okay. Hold on. We'll get to it. Just mark it for me, all right? Go ahead, Barat.
Verse 26 from the top. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Right. So now you just get the whole backdrop of it. So read it again from me top. Where yours 22 and what? 25? All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 22 and 25. But if a man find a betrothed
Bukwash, pull for me also lay hold scripture. If a man find and lay hold of her. Right? Go ahead, read it from the top again, Barak, please.
Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her.
And the man what? Force her. And the man what?
Force her.
Force her. Right? And we just read the definitions of the rape, the sexual assault is with violence, with force, that type of thing. The one from Micah, it says taking something with force, removing something with force. Man find the damsel in the field and he force her and lie with her. Go ahead.
And lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But
then only the brother who that lay with her, he had to be put to death. So first off, that sexual assault or that SA or grape or whatever nonsense they like to say it is, it's punishable by death. It's a death sentence. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about it. There's no rehab. There's no nothing like that. When Christ started ruling, y'all gonna listen, not y'all, but y'all gonna be longing for America. You're gonna wish because you wouldn't want to let go of your evil, and you would realize the kingdom Christ is building, you will not be able to survive. You're gonna be an enemy of the state. You're gonna have felonies. You're gonna have felonies for eating pork. You get the point? You're gonna have just like today, if somebody takes a dog, kills a dog, and barbecue it, you know, what is Peter? That's the animal protector people. All of them gonna show up, and this person gonna get charged with animal cruelty, right? When in the kingdom you eat a pig, brother, you're gonna get a felony. Something gonna happen to you. You're gonna be a criminal. In the kingdom Christ is building, the average person's lifestyle in America is not going to be able to survive. You're going to be bled out. That's all I could tell you. It's the best way I could tell you. Right? Something like that. You force a woman, you force a child. You impose your will on somebody in that way to violate them like that. According to God, it's punishable by death. It's punishable by death. You're going to have a ton of grace now to stop. But it's punishable by death. And that's going to wipe out, the Christian church. It's going to wipe it out because that's where everybody goes on Sunday after they done violate people during the week. And then go in church and sit amongst others who violate others in there. You get the point? Keep reading.
Verse 26, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
Right? Unto the woman, you will do nothing. Because she did nothing worthy of death. Why does it have to say here you do nothing to her? Why? Because also what could happen, which happens a lot in this kingdom, some woman go lay with a man, and then later on, the woman says what? He raped her, which is what happens to a lot of them ball players right as they're on the cusp of Division 1 going to the NFL, or Division 1 going to the NBA. A lot of men don't get locked up behind it, and then now come to find out the broad was lying. Nothing is done to her, but his thing is done destroyed. For a woman or a child in that situation, you have a responsibility that you have to fight. You cannot consent. You cannot even give in one iota. You have to fight, and if you don't fight, he doesn't die. You get the point? If you fight, the Lord is going to put him to death. You cannot let it happen. You cannot abide. You cannot just, you can't want to live another day. You can't. And it's going to take a very masculine society for that. Even you tell somebody that today, what's the average person's response? You tell somebody that today. What will they say? They would form whatever argument in their brain to say, I need to live, at least you could live. At least you're alive. You get the point? At least, you could fight later or, just don't kill me. How much times you hear that argument? All right, do what you want, just don't kill me. Die. Just go die. Just go die. You'll be better off for it. It's going to change your life. The victim is going to change your life, which is why you see so much. You look at Hollywood, you see so much of them so-called child stars and how they are as an adult. And it's a total difference. The person is not even the same person. You get the point? And you damn near have to, in a way, they're telling you the solution in a twisted left-handed way. If you survive something like that as a young person, let's say it happened to you young, you didn't have might and power in your hand, you survived it. The only way to beat it is to become somebody new, which is what them Hollywood people be doing, right? It change up the hair, shave the hair, grow the hair back, color it green, get a whole ton of tattoos, dress different, change the name. It's damn near in the spirit they're trying to just not be whoever that was before. You understand? And that's really what has to happen. You go under the protection of the Lord now. Them things is far removed from you. However, there's people out there in that TV land who listening right now. You're on the internet. If that ever comes to your way, Lord forbid, just die. Just fight the last fight. Fight as if this is it. Fight as if this is it. And when the story is told, he or she gets to violate a corpse and not a human being, because it's not worth it after. Life is not worth it after. Just go ahead and fight until the end. You probably might find out. You might win. Go ahead.
Salaki, so that's exactly what I'm about to say.
For
them ones that did decide to fight, like on the positive end, like their life changed dramatically as well after they done seen that they done fought off this evil thing, this evil action that was trying to get done to them.
Yeah, it does something for the spirit to win like that, because you're fighting for something right, which normally in this society, when you try to fight for something right, you get punished. So it does something for your spirit. Now you do something like that and you win. Either way, you fight. Whatever the Lord decides to happen. That might be the end there, but whatever that sacrifice you made might help 100 other people. Who the hell knows? Or you might just win, and it might be on tape that you done whoop this damn deviant behind and sent him running and probably injured him so the cops could arrest him. There's a video that going around too. It's viral, probably a year old, 2 years old. Some broad, I can't tell if she's a devil or not. It might be one of them tribes. The way she talk, I'm not too sure. But she's working out in a apartment complex gym. The gym is like at the bottom floor. She's working out. Dude walk in. She sees him. She continuing her workout. He walks up to her and she starts, looking at him funny now. The gym is empty. It's just two of them. And in fact, she opened the door for him. It's one of them gym you had the key access card from the apartment complex. She said she's seen him before. So he was knocking on the door. She went and opened it thinking somebody coming to work out. He was coming to violate her. And he keep walking up on her and stuff like that. And brother, she went into straight MMA on him. And she said she had no training. I don't believe the broad. I think the broad had training. But she went to fight. And she fought him off. And I think he ran. But the cops ended up arresting him. You know what I mean? And you could tell she's shaken up over it. But brother, imagine she ain't fight. Like, imagine what would that do to her mental? You in the gym to do what? Get stronger. At least that was supposed to be, not, for Instagram. But she in the gym there doing her reps to get strong. And when it's time for the strength, what you're training for to get put into play, you collapse. You would never be able to do nothing. You would end up not being able to even brush your teeth. You'd be under a bridge somewhere. But what she did now, she put it into action and do the whole thing, went viral, give so much people hope. You just fight and just die. Just make up your mind. This year is way bigger than me. And no sweat. You want it? Let's go. Let's get it. You get the point? It has to be that. So here, that's why they're saying there's no fault in the woman because he did force her, which means she put up a fight. You get the point? He did force her. The opposite of that would be consent, which would be adultery. You get the point? In the case, or her playing the whore in her father's house. All right, where we at with it? Read that last part with read 26 and then 27 again. Go ahead.
Chapter 22, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
But unto the damsel, thou shalt do nothing.
Thou shalt do nothing to her. She's not at fault at all. Go ahead.
There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
Mm-hmm.
For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Right.
Sexual assault is the same as a man rising against his neighbor and putting him to death, which is what Ahab did to Naboth. You get the point? He rose against him. He said, listen, man, I need that land. You know, the brother had vineyard. He had, grapes. He ain't even say, I want to start a wine something. Let me buy that. He said, I'm going to put herbs on that shit. I'll take away your whole family business. He was evil against the brother. The brother said, man, I can't even do it. This is my family thing. Ahab got sick, went home and fasted and became angry and sparked the whole thing to put his brother to death. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're killing that spirit of that person you violate. That person is no longer there anymore. There's a shell of themselves. Now they have to become somebody new. And in the Israelite school of UPK, you can become somebody new. You could start from scratch again and rebuild and be somebody who nobody ever violated. You could be a sister who no man ever touched and start brand new, and your husband will cherish you like a gem. You could come in here, if it happened to a brother when he's young, you could come up in here and learn now to be strong. And learn now that you know what happened to you before was not right. And you'll make sure that doesn't happen to anybody again, ever. Ever. You could become brand new. But if you now, as an adult, after hearing this, you don't fight, you're trying to save your life, you're playing the game the wrong way. You had to try to lose it. You had to follow out. Come on, nigga, you know how to kill me today. And you just might win. You just might win. All right? So, give me the thing online. I'm coming to you because give me the thing online, Bukosh. Hold on, where we at? No, that's it. I wanted to slay it. Come on, I'm gonna come to you after, all right? Go ahead. What was the person online?
It's Harry. Says Hamites.
Is Harry a devil?
I don't know. It just has a letter.
Okay.
Says most likely a Hamite. It says Hamites are not West Africa. You're the only ones. You're the only camp that says that.
Well, I mean, thank you, Harry. Give Harry a hand, man. That's an effing compliment. So you mean we doing something nobody else is doing? I think that's the definition of holy, Harry. Isn't that right? Holy means what? Separate, right? And set apart. Well, damn, Harry. Good night, Harry. Harry, you told the truth. Harry? I don't often drink water. But when Harry tells the truth, no sweat, Harry. I appreciate that, Harry. I appreciate that compliment, Harry. All right. Salaki, Kizako, you was going to say?
Yeah, sir. If I may too, sir. And it's crazy how the Bible is not crazy, but the Bible is science, and it has things in here that Esau, with his sciences, the Bible already said. Like when you go into the psychology, because this is something that I studied thoroughly, because I remember there was a point in time in high school,
right?
Almost every sister I had met had been violated, and it was very intriguing to me. It's like, okay, what's going on? So I started to look into the research, and they say that the psychology behind the people that do this is that they do it because they go for people that are, in their mind, an easy target that won't fight. So even the fight in itself is like a turnoff, usually for people like that.
It's more work.
It's more work.
It's more work now for this person,
right?
And there are ones who want more work,
right?
They want that's how we going,
right?
That's fine. They want more work,
right?
So but Play the numbers game, man.
Right.
If you come across a psycho who want more work, then now we fighting. But most times it's, you slide over a little bit more. I'll give the brother some room here. You can slide to the wall, no sweater, right? But most times they don't even want all of that extra, nothing. That's why I tell you, hush him out.
Yeah.
You start screaming and you get, what the hell you doing?
Right.
You start scratching and biting and whatever. Right. You don't give in to nothing. You get the point? You get knocked out. Soon as you come to again, you go off again.
That's right.
You don't give in.
Right.
And you're going to have to raise children like that. You're going to have to train your ribs like that. You're going to have to train young sisters to be just like that, extra vigilant, hyper vigilant about themselves, about their bodies, right, about just society. The place has to become masculine again.
Right.
It has to undertake a masculine tone, a masculine spirit, because without it, brother, we'll have America.
Okay.
You get the point, Shabbat?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Al. Hold on 1 second, Shah.
It's like speaking of other camps and what they teach, but I had a GMS member I was battling one day over this next verse in 28. He said that said that you could rape. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I come into that.
Concert.
I come in and listen. I'm trying to lay the thing in a whole different level. I'm trying to lay the thing out here. I'm coming to that one right there. Yeah, I mean, we might get to it as they bring it up now. Shah?
Yeah, so I guess something about the raping, right? So I know in the law they say a woman must be she must scream, right? If she know a man coming to rape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if she know about your whereabouts, like maybe that she and that man like in that area, and she still have to scream whether she know that like the whereabouts is just no, she and that man alone, she still have to scream out.
Yeah, okay. She's not screaming because she wants somebody to come to help her. She's not, and she can't just scream. She had to scream, kick, bite, dig his eyes out, scrape him, scratch him, knee him in the balls, whatever, bite his neck off. She had to go berserker. She has to do it. She's not doing it. Okay, really, she's doing it because nobody's there to help. You understand? It's different to how we grow up. We think, help, somebody come help me. Brother, it has to be motherfucker. It had to be chaos. It had to be a full chaos. It has to be that. It has to be where we let's clean up this room after what happened here. The sister fought off this deviant. It had to be that. It can't be we cleaning up because that corner there is where it happened. It can't be that. And she's he or he, don't forget her. This happens to brothers too. She or he is not screaming and fighting for somebody to come help. They're screaming and fighting because this is wrong and I'm not allowing wrong. You get the point? It's a different mindset. You're screaming and fighting because this is wrong and I'm not. Now take that to everything. This place will change. This is wrong. I'm not allowing it to happen. That's wrong. I'm not allowing it to happen. That's wrong. I'm not allowing it to happen. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a Holy Spirit. It's a separate spirit. She's not screaming because she wants somebody to come. Because now the excuse would come that I screamed and nobody came. So I just decided not to scream no more. It can't be that. It cannot be that. She had to go in the ground or he had to go in the ground. You understand?
Okay.
It has to be that. And that's something you have to breed into somebody. You get the point? You have to put that into their chest, into their spirit. You have to raise that type of person, or else you'll have the church. Or else you have all them series, Surviving, Diddy, Surviving, Epstein. Why the fuck we surviving? For what? What we surviving about? Surviving what? And this is no disrespect to anybody who's been a victim in the past. You didn't know. Nobody ever taught you. You didn't know. I'm not faulting you. I'm saying for in the future, you can't survive. We're not surviving nothing. We're not surviving. It's brutal. Like when the cops show up, we had to figure out who the victim was because of how you understand what I'm saying? That's where it has to go. It has to go there. It has to drive a point home as, oh, nah, these people, yeah, brother, damn. I ain't trying that shit. I don't want to end up like that. I ain't want to You get the point? It has to be a deterrent. It has to be like that. It can't be no different. You understand, Shaw? Right. All the action. Go ahead.
As like I said, but this one's kind of pretty crazy, right? About 2 years ago, right, a man came in a woman's house, right?
Okay.
To rob. Well, that was the intention of robbing. That he tell the police, and when the woman now see him now, so instead that she close, the man was surprised. The woman tell him, you come to rob, but you have to have sex with me first before you rob me.
What? Hold on, Silaki, give me a little bit. Silaki. He told her that, or she told him that?
The woman told him that. But he still ended up getting, I don't know what happened with that part, because like, he was telling us, the police after that day, because she bring him up after all that thing would take place, like the do had sex, and she still went down and then called the police because we video everything. So they see him come in the premises, everything. So now he gonna have to tell the police that this woman I come to rob, yeah, and this woman now tell me how I had to have sex with you. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So the police is saying that he raped her?
No, he stayed out. He was then that the woman now, because he come to rob, she in the house and thing, right? And same time, like, you know, I expecting a woman to be frightened about the whole situation, that a man in the house and thing, she ain't frightened. She now tell what, like, she just watch him now and say, hey, yeah, before you rob me, you have to have sex with me. And they were, but you know, he thinking that they done have sex and thing, not he walk out and
so he had sex with her.
Yeah? So
he had sex with her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we was talking about at the beginning of the class. They both deviant. They deviate from the norm. I don't understand that shit. That's the police better check and see if she knows him. That sounds like they know each other, and that sounds like she has a husband, and she's with this guy, and he had to be a robber to come in the house. That's what the hell. I don't understand how the hell that could happen. It sounds like she knows him. You get the point? It sounds like Trinidad needs some some officers. You better go and apply for them jobs. If the police taking that shit, then the robber probably was a cop too. He probably was a man in uniform that night. That's probably what the hell happened now. That's a hell of a story, brother. Damn.
Yes, and I guess so he tried to use that now. Why did something court? Because he tried to use that to see that.
So this went to court. So this is like a serious, legitimate story. Listen, y'all hurry up and get your visas and come to America. I never thought I'd say it, but just hurry up and get your visas. Yeah, you know what I mean, we could grow mangoes up here too. Don't even worry about it. Grow mango up here, curry goat, whatever it is you want to do. You could go fishing. Well, you might probably have to get you all out of there. Get break. Damn, this went to court. Shit. There's not a man to till the soil. I tell you. Y'all hurry up and raise up Trinidad. Hurry up and get Trinidad online, brother. Damn. That's crazy. Tell me this. Does the woman have a husband or married?
That part of that, I didn't about any husband. But
yeah, I would find out.
Like the most I know some never really like, you know, that lunatic woman out here for you now. Now it's like what's the part of this female part, like this man come in the place and she says she bawling and screaming, but she like she see a man now and like she engaging the man, you know.
Yeah, she engaging him because this had nothing to do with no robbery.
Yeah.
And that woman, I'm guaranteed that woman have a husband. I'm trying to tell you. That robber is boyfriend number 2. Get the point? They call that role playing, Shaw. That's what they call that. Sometimes people do that to spice things up. They call that role playing. That's what the hell happened. It ended up in court because she have a man. And now she had to say, you know, this was a robber and he violated me or whatever else. But that's what it is. I guarantee you. Let me know if I'm wrong. But we had to get you all out of there. Quick. Go ahead, Bakwaj. Go ahead. All right, hold on.
One more question.
Say again?
One more question. When coming to the on teen animals like the camel and thing, you know, we go use the all the coat and thing to make clothes and thing, right?
Right.
But it have anything like taking medicine like people using medicine from them unclean animals.
Okay. No, because okay, a lot of people have a question about the camel with the hair, right? You all know a camel hair falls off on its own. Like you don't even have to wait till it's dead to go shave it. A camel hair, there's a video. I'm gonna look for it and send it to you. You could probably find it online. There's a video where the camel hair gets thick, like I don't know how to, like brothers who braid their hair, right? You know how when you take your hair out and you wash it and you blow it out, how it look? The camel hair look just like that, just more matted. And brother, you could just pass your hand like this, and the hair would just fall off. You could do this, and it's like you're cutting a whole sheet off of the camel hair. It sheds itself naturally. So something like that falls off, his hair is not unclean. You get the point? But the body, now if you're saying the medicine is coming from the body, that's what it would be unclean because you're taking it into yours. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now the bigger question is, Shah, why is this person so pressed for this unclean animal medicine? It could be because the things they're already eating is unlawful. You get the point? It could be because of the thing that they're already eating is unlawful. That's making them sick. You get the point? The thing that's making them sick is unlawful because let's say a camel have some medicine that they have now that cures something. That got to be some extreme shit that you got that you need a camel hump to cure it. You get the point? Maybe you should just stop doing what the hell you're doing in the first place. You understand, Shah?
Okay.
All right. Bakwash. Somebody who will give me Judges 19 next, all right?
Harry came back on and
Harry's back?
Khan.
Holy Harry.
Khan, sir. He says, this camp is the truth, the only camp who sticks to their word.
That's what he said? Man, give Harry a hand, man. Harry, I thought he was a young. Come on, Harry, man. Harry, are you an Israelite? Come on, Harry, man. Shit. Hey, listen, I'm over here. Harry, forgive me before I have sinned, my brother. I'm over here clowning the hell out of you, Harry. You get the point? I'm over here doing it. Let me know if you're an Israelite, Harry. We'll have a drink, Harry. Hell, we'll change that name too. Right? Anything else?
Khan, sir.
Go ahead.
And there's a question. Damien says, Shalom, can I get an understanding in Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 5 through 12?
All right, we'll try to get to it. All right, let me finish this one. We'll go through a little bit more on this, then we'll get to it. All right. Judges 19 next, right? And we need to make a clip out of that, boy. Harry, boy, shit. You spoke the truth tonight, Harry. All right, let me get Judges 19 and 1. Whoever reading, let's go ahead and read.
Kadawaka, sir. We had the book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days.
Deuteronomy 22, the one that you was talking about. It was 27? 28? No, sorry. All right, go ahead.
Kadawaka, the book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. Verse 2. And his concubine played the whore against him.
Right. So he took this rib. It says concubine here, but this is, when you look up the Hebrew, it says Ayasha, which is woman, meaning this was his woman. This was his rib. Right. But this is like a mistranslation here in this particular one. It's not a concubine. Why? Because a concubine is two things. Go ahead, Mike.
Like a spoil of war.
Spoil of war, and what else? It's damn near the most important thing. Well, equally important. Concubine is a spoil of war, which means you had to go to war and you had to put her father to death. You had to put her family to death. That's the only how. If the father and them is alive, you can't take her as a spoil of war because the father alive. You get the point? Go ahead, Bakwash.
And she must be an Israelite.
She must be an Israelite. That's the other part. Must be an Israelite. And this is a woman who you won in war. She's the spoil of war. Her mother and her father dead. That's what the law says. She's there. She ain't got nobody to tend to her, take care of her, protect her, give her guidance, whatever. You see how you like her, you could now, she could become yours, right? But this is not a wife who you go to her father and pay a dowry for and negotiate. This is a wife you got by blood, right? Go ahead.
Get some more from Harry if you want it now, or no.
No, let me, how is it? You should read it? You tell me.
Real quick.
All right, go ahead.
He says, I'm from Barbados. My mom and dad's from Ireland. Does that make me an Israelite? I think I'm mixed, so I ain't.
How are you taking me on a roller coaster ride? First you start me low and get me high, and then bring me low and get me high again. What the fuck, Harry? God damn it, Harry. I ain't got time to play games with you, man. Fuck, you got a leprechaun now? God damn. Your mother and father, Ireland got niggas too. So yeah, you got to tell me, is your father a devil? That's what I need to know. Is your father a devil? That's what I need to know, Harry. Is your father a devil? All right. Them places got black people too. Hell.
He said, my dad is from Barbados. My mom is Ireland.
Okay, first I thought he said his mother and father from Ireland.
That's what he said.
How are you a devil? You fucking lying to me. Let's continue this breakdown. Harry will figure you out, man. We'll figure you out. You could be a Benjamin who just don't want to tell nobody you're a Benjamin because you have a job to lose. I'm gonna get you fired, Harry. That's what I'm going to. I'm gonna call your slavery and tell them you are Israelite. You are Bayesian Israelite, Harry, and get you fired so you could come to camp. I need soldiers. Read that. I ain't got no time to play no games with Harry, man. Harry, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Harry.
The book of Judges, chapter 19, verse 2. And his concubine played the whore against him.
Right. And now this woman, she whored on him. Right? Keep going.
And went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah.
Right? Which is, of course, that's not, abnormal. You know that today. Something happened with the marriage, she runs back home. She was wrong. She whored on him. She left and went home to her father. Go ahead.
And was there 4 whole months.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And her husband arose and went after her to speak friendly unto her and to bring her again, having his servant with him and a couple of asses. And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him.
Of course, any father would rejoice to meet the man who want to deal with his daughter, right? Because he don't want that broad in the house no more. Right. But this brother here should not have gone for her. She whored on him, and she been gone 4 months. I get you're missing the broad, but guess what else you can do in 4 months? Who knows? Since you laughing, you want to answer it? Come on. Oh, she could have whored some more, but what else he could have done in 4 months? Give her a hand, man. He could have really get 2. He could have get 4 if he got some skill. He could have get 1 a month. Have him in rotation on. Because be set for the year. Next time she see him, you miss me. A little bit. But you're right, 4 months, you going back for her. She could have hauled some more. Right, go ahead.
He rejoiced to meet him, verse 4. And his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him. And he abode with him 3 days. So they did eat and drink and lodged there. Verse 5. And it came.
So he stayed there 3 days. He come to get the girl back. She about to go back with him after 4 months. I don't know if he think the whole wash away in 4 months or it's forgotten. But he should not have done it. Right. And that's just a lesson to brothers. Don't abide with her. Don't. If it doesn't pass no sweat, you didn't know nothing. From tonight on. Tomorrow you find out she holding on you. Rejoice. Freedom. Give us free, nigga. Give us free. Let her go. You got your point? Keep going.
Verse 5. And it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thine heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. And they
really, the father doesn't want him to leave. And it could be for a number of reasons. Just think like today, right? You go to you go to see your rib father, or you just think like that. He's older. He probably don't have help around the house. Another man coming to the house, you know, I mean, he trying to show you a good time. He trying to get with you. So he delaying them. He don't want the brother to leave. All right, skip me down to where did they leave? Skip me down to 10.
Judges chapter 19, verse 10. But the man would not tarry that night, but he rose up and departed and came over against Jebus, which is Jerusalem. And there were with him 2 asses saddled. His concubine also was with him.
Right. So he there's one more day the father-in-law wanted him to stay. And he said, nah, I had a roll. He ain't gonna tarry no more. So he rolled and he ended up in this place called Jebus. Go ahead.
When they were by Jebus, the day was far spent. And the servant said unto his master, come, I pray thee, and let us turn into the city of the Jebusites and lodge in it. Verse 12. And his master said unto him, we will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger that is not of the children of Israel. We will pass over to Gibeah. Verse 13. And he said unto his servant, come and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night, in Gibeah or in Ramah. Verse 14.
So, of course, he trying to not go amongst the heathen because he knows the culture of the heathens, right? He knows how the heathens are, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. And they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were by Gibeah, which belongeth to Benjamin. Verse 15. And they turned aside thither to go in and to lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat him down in a street of the city, for there was no man that took them into his house to lodge.
Which, of course, why they make mention saying there's no man that took them into the house to lodge? Why they make sure to mention that?
Because it's an Israelite custom that we have. If someone's coming in, supposed to welcome a stranger in. So
the hospitality, that made the hospitality law. You get the point? And of course, this is a different time. Again, a masculine society. That's our culture. That's the norm. In today's society, that would be deviant of the norm. That somebody knock on the door, you let them in. You're liable to not see the morning. You get the point? But then with Israelites, he say, I ain't going into them cities with them heathens. Let's go amongst our people because you're expecting to be taken care of. Nobody else going to take care of you there. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned in Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites. Verse 17. And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, whither goest thou? And whence comest thou?
Right. Meaning what does he mean when he says he saw him wayfaring? What does that mean?
A traveling man.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I won't say traveling man. More so, he's not from around here. You get the point? He's coming through like you're traveling, but he could tell that this man is not from here. Right? That's why he say, where you going and where you're coming from? Because I know you ain't from here. You get the point? He's just, you can see somebody, how they're dressed or how they're moving, how they're looking around. You could tell this person, you ain't from around here. I could tell. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. And he said unto him, we are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence am I. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord. And there's no man that receiveth me to house. Verse 19. Yet there is both straw and provender for our asses. And there is bread and wine also for me, and for thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything. Verse 20. And the old man said, peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street.
Right? So the old man kept the way. That's our way to be hospitable to our brother. Be hospitable to our sister, which is the UPK way today. Right? You go to a city, You know, you can't believe them know you're there. Usually conversation will go, yo, so where you staying? Oh, I got a hotel. Nah, you gotta stay in no hotel, man. We could have a house, we could put you up in something. Where you getting picked up? You coming in the airport, or you need me to pick you up? You know, yeah, you need anything? It's always that kind of open door policy. This is what we establish in the UPK. You get the point? It's not like in the world. In here is like, and it's damn near like you don't even need to know the brother. Once or the sister, once you know the Israel, it's damn near, and Israel, I mean in the school Israel, not, you know, not the unholy Israel according to Harry. I'm talking about the holy Israel, right? The ones who know the Hamites is Ham, and not some whatever else they're confusing themselves with. But once you know it's them, it's, you know, it's hospitality, right? Keep going.
Verse 21. So he brought him into his house and gave provender unto the asses, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink. Verse 22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about and beat at the door and spake to the master of the house.
Beat at the door. Damn. Nigga, thirsty. You get the point? Thirsty. What does it mean, sons of Belial? Who knows? What does it mean, sons of Belial?
So like that's is that like saying like evildoers?
Yeah, like sons of Baal or wicked men. There's no literal man named Belial. It's like saying son of a bitch, or son of a gun. You the son of Belial because you are evil like Belial or like Baal. Right? Go ahead.
Men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about and beat at the door and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying.
Right, so these is Benjamites here, but these is, even in Benjamin, these is wicked ass niggas. There's a group of them, right? Go ahead.
Saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him.
Yikes. Now, temporarily, anytime I break this down, I'm not a Benjamin, right? I'll usually transfer to Judah. Yeah, I mean, tonight I'm feeling a little Levite. Yeah, I mean. But anytime I'm breaking down Judges 19, just for these few verses, I'm not a Benjamite. I'm retiring the wolf. You get the point? I'm just letting you know straight up and down. It's not a good one right here. But I would say this is not the whole tribe. But these is sons of Belial. These is a group of those wicked ass niggas. These niggas is just doing every manner of evil. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 23. And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is coming to mine house, do not this folly. Verse 24.
And seeing that he come into my house, he's appealing to their sense of brotherhood, which they don't have. And it's a mistake. It's a mistake. That's why if you ever find yourself on the verge of a sexual assault or a deviant assault, whether you're a man or woman, just understand you cannot negotiate with that type of person. There's no negotiating with them. They understand one thing, and it's violence. They're threatening you with violence. You better fight fire with fire. They say, don't be Christian. You better do whatever you have to do because there's no nego. You think you're going to talk them off the ledge? They're going to push them off the ledge. That's where you had to go with it. This brother here, he trying to appeal to them. He's an older brother. He say, man, listen, especially he come under my roof, man. And you know I can't do that shit. Like he's under my roof now. Because now in Israel, you take somebody in under your roof, you really giving them surety. Like they could relax now. They could chill. They can't wake up tomorrow and the car gone. They can't wake up tomorrow and some shit happen because now, man, you know, so you didn't tell me there's steal around here? You didn't know that, you know what I mean? Like you had to look out because they at your mercy. You live there. They're under your roof. You have to now take care of everything. He's trying to appeal to them on that level for the culture of the place. They're not having that shit. They're not having that shit. Go ahead.
Oh, verse 24. Behold, here's my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man, do not so vile a thing. But the men would not hearken to him.
Brother, up until this point here, I did not know he offered his daughter to her. In this, all the time I'm just thinking is the concubine. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
But the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine.
So now they ain't listening to him. Come on.
It's like he said she was a maiden, so that means she had never had sex, right?
No, she's a maiden. I believe that means she's a little bit older.
Okay.
I believe she's a little bit older. I'm not certain. I could check it up and see exactly maiden, but I don't think it means that though. I could check and see.
It's like if I mean, so like when the law says you know, if a man speak wrongly of a father's daughter and say she was no maid, basically that's not the same thing as maid.
I thought it said damsel is what they use, I think.
Maid is the one where it says when you talking about she had sex before, you gave me a daughter that had sex.
Let me see. It might be that. It could be possible. I'm just not 100% sure. Barack?
Come.
Let me hear it.
In the Strong's Concordance, feminine passive, a version from her privacy, sometimes by continuation, a bride, also figuratively a city or state's maid virgin.
So it could be. It could possibly be, as you said. It could possibly be that. I can't say for sure. Probably I'll just check it with one of the generals, or even has a hab with the Hebrew. All right. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, from the top of verse 25.
Right. So they end up, they didn't hear. They wanted the men, but then they took the concubine. Right. Go ahead.
But the men would not hearken to him,
which is the brother's rib. Right. Go ahead.
So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them. And they knew her and abused her all the night until the morning.
Right. So the brother who went back for his rib, he's like, he ain't gonna let that happen to the brother's daughter. He's like, I'm gonna get him my rib, and that's that. The whole thing is supposed to appeal to them to not do it. That's the move. The move there is, damn, this girl, nah, we gonna move on. That's how it's supposed to be. That didn't happen. You get the point? And it's all efforts to not have nobody violate under this house. But these men was evil as could be. Evil. Go ahead.
And they knew her and abused her all the night until the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Then came the woman in the dawning of the day and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was till it was light.
Go ahead.
And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said unto her, verse 28, and he said unto her, up, and let us be gone. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon an ass, and the man rose up and gat him unto his place.
Right. So what happened here is she was dead at the door. Right? People think she was alive. She wasn't alive. She made it back to the house, and that was the last bit of strength she had. These men here was particularly vile and evil, and this event here started a civil war in Israel. Huge civil war over this thing. Keep going.
No, verse 29. And when he was come into his house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces and sent her into all the coast of Israel.
I mean, and he cut her body into pieces with the bone. It's not like he, cut it open and leave the bone. He like hacked that thing into 12 pieces and sent it off into Israel. That's his news bulletin. That's his, it's like a news story that go far and wide. A rider is coming into Israel to meet the leaders. And there's a package, and when they look open, it's a head, it's a hand, it's a leg, it's an ankle. You get the point. It's the shoulder, arm down. It's some part, and there's like, what the hell is this shit you bringing? And now they're gonna hear the story. All right, keep going.
Verse 30. And it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt unto this day. Consider of it. Take advice and speak your minds.
Right. It was said, listen, up since we came out of Egypt, we ain't seen no evil like this. We ain't seen nothing like this since the days of Egypt. Which means what about the Egyptians?
Like they were absolutely vile. They were all deviants, violent. They were like this.
They were doing this.
Right.
You get the point? They were doing this thing here in Egypt.
Right.
These men who did it did not want women. They wanted a man. Which means what? The LGBTQ was strong in Egypt.
Right.
It was strong in Egypt. And it also means a rapist is also homosexual.
Right.
A homosexual is a rapist.
Right.
The two of them are the same person.
That's right.
They're the exact same person. And this is the culture of the heathens. They ain't seen nothing like this since we came out of Egypt. Right? That's why the brother didn't want to go into the other land with the Jebusites. Because he's like, I ain't going there among them strangers. I'm going to our people.
Right.
Because the culture of the heathen are what? Sexual assault. All the heathens. That's their culture. That's their culture. I'll show you biblically that's their culture, and I'll show you modern day that's their culture. Come on.
So like I remember not too long ago you was bringing out how I don't know if it was the Chinese, Japanese, one of them like they run up on you and
we
they
show it.
push you.
I got the proof. I'm gonna show you it tonight. I went and make sure and find it on video. Come on with it. Okay, I still can't verify that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not fully sure. You could read it out since I'm putting the word.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 14.
Yeah, I wonder. You sure? You don't need it? All right, so what? Go ahead, Shapat.
Come on, sir. And give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil.
See a video with some young rapper. He opened the bottle. He's like, man, you trying to get me, man. This John Open. Good.
Come. And give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came into her, I found her not a maid. Then
okay, so then you're right. I found her not a maid, meaning she ain't a virgin.
Come.
She ain't intact. You get the point? She was not a maid. So maybe maiden here means that.
Come. If I could,
I would still.
It kind of goes into the next.
Okay, me, before I teach it that, I need to go and hear somebody who taught me everything say kan or la.
Come.
All right? You understand?
Come.
So it really don't make a difference if you read on. But from what you say in there, I would say a strong possibility. I just can't say for sure. No sweat.
Damien online says, so Benjamin is wicked as hell?
I mean,
off of what we just read?
Coming from a nigga who didn't name a whole movie after some devil child. I mean, shit.
He says he's Benjamin.
Coming from a nigga who didn't name a whole movie after as a devil child. Damien, the what happened in the land of Benjamin, but it said certain sons. If you go to verse 22, it says certain sons of Belial. Belial is another name for evil, or like Baal. They were sons of Baal. In the Bible, saying son of something is taking the persona of that something and attributing it to the person. For instance, son of a bitch is saying you are so much a bitch, not you, but like it's as if you were born from a bitch. Son of a gun, man, you such a sharpshooter, you on point, is as if your mother was a pistol, a gun. So when they say son of Belial, these men were so evil, it's like their father was the devil himself. So certain men, I'm gonna give you an example of it, all right? This is how I personally understand it in my mind, so I could convey it the best way possible. You say you Benjamin, right? You know, in dancehall culture, there's a whole genre of you take somebody's daughter, you fling her up, you do all kind of shit, you throw her on the ground, you climb all the way up from there, and your nose dive straight on top of the girl, bang! And then you go up on the tree and you go up on the roof, fall off the roof with the granddaughter. That's, in my mind, that's what I think, right? Everybody know this so-called dancer called Marvin, right? Marvin was one of them men, bleach his skin, all kind of shit. And he would always do that in any kind of dance they having, any kind of block or dance they having. He always with some girl and roughing her up and doing all kind of shit. In my mind, when I look at Marvin, I see a sodomite. Because who the hell wants to do that with a woman? Like, you have a woman. You know, there's a whole sport they do that with men. It's called football, American football. All right? You see like how I put some respect on it? Because I know who I'm amongst. I'm not trying to be deviant with you all. I just want the same thing for me, brother. That's all. The NFL stands for National Football League, right? Well, you know, what you call soccer is called FIFA. Is there S anywhere there? It's 2 Fs. That's how much football is playing. All right? But you get the point? Who the hell want to take a woman and do all that extra nonsense? In my mind, that's what I imagine the sons of Belial. When they say they abused her all night, now imagine they're doing that to somebody, one woman, all night, you know, dancing, dive on top of her, dive, then pick her up, go up on the roof, roll off, fall down with her, then the next man come pick her up, and it's 2 men, and in my mind, that's what I'm seeing, because I'm like, that's somebody's daughter, man. You know what I mean? I gotta see this on YouTube. Marvin going in the ground. I'm tell you. Going in the ground. There'll be no more. There'll be no more in Israel. So I'm not saying Benjamin. This is certain men. This is some of the sons of Benjamin did this thing. And what happened after? The whole tribe had to get involved because they lacked the masculinity, which is the spirit of Christ. They lacked the thing that would make them say, La, not here. They would lack the thing. I might have to break it down for your sake, but I'll come back to it. But I'm not saying this is not the whole tribe. And anybody saying the whole tribe is an evil, dirty bastard, and you might want to find out what tribe they're from, and just go in the Bible and see where their tribe effed up. And just tell them, is all of you all like this? Because every tribe has some shit in here that is just, what? Every single one. Every single one. Some people like to overly dwell on shit here because, you know, the homosexual thing is supposed to be a slight on Benjamin. Some people do it to try to slight a Benjamite and shame him and this and that. If that's what's happening, I suggest you just go through and see what another tribe did and tell that person about that just in rebuttal. These is not tribal characteristics. These are tribes that had men in there who was evil. Evil. David killed another man for his woman. Is every Judite a murderous adulterer? No. You get the point? It's not talking about the tribe. It's talking about the evil that happened within the tribe. Benjamin got involved because they should have put them men in the ground. They should have put them men in the ground first. You get the point? I hope you understand, Damien. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
I studied back something with Abraham, right?
Right.
When Abraham was passing through and with Sarah and things like that, he was more or less like he was more like practically like and he know the customs that the people say. He say that's why he say like my sister. So you know like
right.
if he say like my husband they would have kill him.
Right.
Alive.
You freeze up? Okay, I'll try to get your question. I know what you're talking about, but what was your question you was asking?
It's like if Abraham know, like he know the people are wrong, and like if he did say that was the if he did say that was my wife, if he did say Sarah was my wife, and then that might have kill him, or they might have kill him and take shit.
Okay, well, that's what Abraham's explanation was for it. That's what his explanation was. But now this is the messed up part. He thought that if he said that was his wife, they would have took her. So he said that was his sister and gave her away. Now I'm not calling Abraham. I'm using this for a teaching tool. The Bible says the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. All right? What happened with Abraham was a short stint of fear. Abraham became afraid of somebody other than the Lord. And brother, anytime you trade fear, where your fear belongs to the Lord and nobody else. anytime you place that somewhere else, you are going to be in hell. I'm trying to tell you, there's no way out of it. You stop fearing the Lord and fear somebody else, and you yield to that person publicly. Oh man, the Lord bringing every demon on the roster for you. Every single one. You don't fear him, you fear somebody else. Oh, it's going to be a problem, right? Abraham, he had a temporary moment of fear, and remember, this is Abraham who was going to sacrifice his son. You get the point? This is Abraham. You go from that to this over a woman. You can't trade. You can't do it. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't trade your fear. You had to say what it is. What Abraham, this is the other thing he did. Christ said, he who seeks to save his life shall lose it. He who seeks to lose his life for my sake shall have everlasting life. He get repaid. Abraham sought to save his life, and he would have lost it, right? And what happened? When the heathen found out that was his wife, he said, man, why didn't you tell me? You're trying to make me a dead man, right? The Lord had to come to me and tell me that's a man's wife. You shouldn't have lied to me. And now that's a stain on Abraham where, he lied about it. You get the point? He lied about it when he should have just said, no, that's my woman. You can't have her. That's my woman. There's many more, but this one is mine. And he might have gotten honor. Who knows? They might have escorted him through the city because his broad is that bad. You know what I mean? They might say, nah, you got a badass broad there. Listen, man, make her appearance and having a gala tomorrow, man. Just, let them come on the balcony and let them see your woman. You gotta give him a bag of cash. Might be. You get the point? But he should not have said that was his sister. He shouldn't have feared the heathen and compromised himself. What this brother did here was staying out of the heathen's land. It's different. It's a different thing. He just decided, I ain't going there. And I'm going to show you why he didn't go there in a second, all right? So right there. The Damien, he understand? He typed back in? He said, right, no sweat. Damien, you could read the whole thing forward. From here is where Benjamin gets a penchant fire against the LGBTQ. It's damn near in every Benjamin in your spirit. You grow up knowing nobody, man. That's just, whatever. Snort coke, nigga. Whatever you want to do. Drink syrup, pop pills. But you are sodomite? No, it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. It's just not something that we grew up, it's a serious, it's a serious thing. Even today, right now today in most Caribbean islands, it's on the law books. Sodomy is a jail, you get in jail time. It's in the books because it comes from the whole British culture. So, but it comes from this because you'll read on. The 12 tribes, the 11 tribes rose up against Benjamin, which is our culture. You go to Deuteronomy, 21 or 10 and 10? Which one is the concubine? 21 or 10? Deuteronomy 21, you start from verse 10 all the way down, you would see that we had a way of solving crimes. We had our own CSI. When somebody get violated in a city, the step is to charge the closest city with the murder. And if that city did not do it, they have a certain thing they have to do to wash their hands of the blood. And then they go around to the other cities and they'll find it. All the leaders of each city has to go through their city and make sure the murderer is not there. And if he's there, they have to bring him out. And if they don't do it, and the council finds out that that murderer is in that city, everybody else has to fall on that city and punish that city. Benjamin did not bring them men forward, neither put them down. Benjamin did not do it, and the nation fell on Benjamin and killed nearly every man. So much so that, I forget who it was, had to stop the war and say, listen, if we continue, there'll be no tribe of Benjamin. We're going to have to rebuild the tribe. And they decided to have a dance, have a bashment, if you want to understand it, and say, listen, all the other tribes were saying, I ain't giving Benjamin my daughter at all. You see what they do? Some men say, listen, let the women come out and dance, let them have fun, and whichever Benjamin had game, if he could pull her, if he could spit some game and pull her in that dance, he deserved the right to marry her. They say, right, good is fine. That was a mistake, Benjamin coming there with the swag and the accent and you want to go and star and baby and pum pum something like I had to go too far. And the tribe lived, right? The tribe give Benjamin. The tribe lived. The tribe lived, and the Lord was with the tribe, but it was a serious war. And Benjamin, in its spirit, is damn near in our DNA. The baby come out saying nobody matter. It's damn near within us. And it comes from this because the tribe was done. We was done. There would be no more Benjamin because they killed all the men. What, Yahanna? Come on.
I was gonna say you back. Those few scriptures was over, and you back to Benjamin now.
Oh, suck it. Now you know what? I ain't really back here, dog. He's still within the thing. You hear how he said the whole tribe wicked, dog. Them niggas over there, not them. Right? Where we at? What did I ask for? So we finished with this one with Judges. No, I ain't done yet. That's another question somebody had, right? Jeremiah 8. Okay, so now this is why the Ephraimite did not want to go into the stranger's land. Play the video for me. All right. Is it 2 videos I send you or one? One? Okay, no sweat. Play that video. Make sure the volume is all the way up on it. All right, you see any words about that? Okay, hold on. For this one, Bakwash, make the screen bigger, make the image with me smaller, because people gonna need to read the words. All right, and start it over. All right, pull it back and pause it right at the top where that first line comes over. All right, this is a video in them Asian countries. I forget exactly which country it is. You pull it back to where the first set of words with bride kidnapping. Pull it back to the start and pause it when them first few words come up, all the way to the start. And pull it up with it. Is it up now? Bride kidnapping. All right, no sweat. Somebody read it for me. Yeah.
Bride kidnapping is still a scary reality in the 21st century.
Right? Bride kidnapping is still a reality in the 21st century, right? They're still doing this in them Asian countries. The East Indians do it. So-called, Moab, the Chinese, the Korean, Filipino, Singaporeans, they all still doing this thing. Them Hamites do it. Them Hamites think a woman who is LGBTQ, they think you can force the lifestyle out of her. Damn near. That's what they think. Go ahead.
Log it, sir, if I may. I was just looking at a clip yesterday, the IUIC, with Nate saying that if you
pull it up.
I'm gonna send it over.
Why are we talking about it?
Why
are we talking about it? Let's see it. Put them up on the screen. Put them up. All right. Keep going on. Question: is there a way? Could you send me the link? Because I want to see it. I want to be able to see it live. Could you just send me the link so I could pull up on the stream? Because there's a delay. Yeah, just send it to me real quick. And of course, just so I'm muted, if I don't think I'll be in. Don't pull me in. I just want to be able to see it live as you play it. Real quick, all right? Go ahead. 9:16 now. We low on the time. Go ahead.
And what you said about the tribe of Benjamin too, just from my experience, the sisters in the tribe of Benjamin are just as staunch against that LGBTQ. Like, I've just grown up being a Judite and being around Judite sisters, they would egg on that type of behavior. Like, it's cute or it's like some type of fascination. Them Benjamite sisters, they smell that stuff. It's like, nah. You understand? I just being around Benjamites, and it's like, That's to me, it's always been admirable how it's like the men and the women is like, nah.
Okay, it's something. It's down here. You learn that before you walk out.
Concept.
It's something. I don't know. I can't remember which way.
Right.
Y'all gonna buy that back up? I hear y'all tearing.
I know,
Y'all
rip,
tearing. Rip away. Y'all I'm gonna tax all of y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I don't take no excuse, but it's just a child. I don't know what the hell you talking about. You best believe you're gonna pay. Okay, because you go and play. But yeah, it's something you learn. It's just think about what in here, what in the States where amongst the tribe of Judah, there's something you learn, you just learn young. And this is just how it is. This is just how it is. And there's no compromise in that particular thing. And it's like everybody just know it. Everybody just know this is how it goes. And that's that. It's damn near the same. It's damn near the same thing. Where it's like this thing here, this ain't coming in here. You're a brother, you don't want nobody call you that. You're a woman, you don't want to be associated with a man who people think that's what he is. Right? That's all it is. Go ahead and play on Bukwaj. All right, any more words come up? Oh, shit. Hold on. Somehow I get a little feedback. I don't know where it's coming from. I wish I could meet this thing. Bear with me. If not, we just had to go with it out without me seeing it. I might have to have you all read it for me. Go ahead and play it. If there's feedback, let me know.
It's not just you who's stolen like this. One gets stolen. There's nothing to be afraid of. You'll be our daughter. Young women are seized in streets.
Go ahead.
And forcibly taken to their would-be groom's home.
Now listen, pause right there. You can't peel off like a movie. Now listen, they're making light of it now. They're making light of it now because you will see some of the video where they're taking her to a wedding and she just mad because she didn't know. But this joy, playful part comes from a real actual culture of the caveman shit. It's knock her over the head. When she wake up, she done married. She done had the sex already. They kidnap her. The friends, all of them come through, take her, put her in a room with you, and you just take her and that's that. That was heathen culture. This is not something that's, new. This is what they've been doing. Keep going.
Brides are captured or shall, I say, stolen by several young men, sometimes friends of the groom, family members, or even worse. Clerics is practiced in 17 countries, but mostly in Central Asia and parts of Russia.
And the parts of Russia, the parts of Russia they're talking about is not the Putin parts. It's the Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and all them stands, which is like them Kim Kardashian people, them Armenian people like that MMA fighter, them type of people. That's them. That's what they do, right? They said, well, the young woman is abducted every 40 minutes. Bukwaj twists his face like, what? Them bitches need to learn to fight, excuse my language. They need to learn to tear that damn car up. I bet you nobody would pull up. I bet you nobody would pull up no more. Hey, they going to kidnap her? Not with my car, nigga. You get the point? But they're just going in there and crying and huffing and puffing. Them tears ain't saving nothing. Keep going.
The Kyrgyz once a woman gets married, she has to live with the man no matter what. Even if he is a freak.
Pull that back right to that point. You all right? Pull it back a little bit. Put it back a little bit more. Put it back a little bit more. Now she crying now. This is not tears of joy. Watch this.
The Kyrgyz have this kind of.
Go ahead, Bukwaj. Look at her face as he's kissing her. And there's a whole community, a whole nation that allows this shit. You better be thankful you black. He better be thankful for how they say these problems. We thanks the Lord for these problems because them problems there. Do you want that? Good night. I don't know if you see the wrinkles behind the damn nigga ears. He's way older than her. You're slobbering on her. You all remember the Dalai Lama tape with the little boy when he held the boy and kissed him? That's them, Mark. That is them. And then he come on TV and say the little boy wanted it. I don't care if he pay you. Keep going. Flick the light to the door.
Вот никак назад путь нету. Вот живи, хоть он урод, хоть он Кинг-Конг, да?
You don't want that, man. What the hell are you talking about? You start some fighting, huh? Come on, go ahead, scream, Gil. Oh, yeah, you didn't read that part, bro. Bro get taken by the shit. He's like, damn, pull it back, Ak. Pull it back right there. He had to read that part. Go ahead, play it from there.
Brides face disgrace if they run away, and many of them commit suicide.
Stop right there. So now, if she know it's gonna happen, meaning like, yeah, so and so, like, I don't like him, but he gonna just take her anyway. If she flee, they're gonna disgrace her, which means cut her off. She probably ain't gonna be able to eat nowhere, sleep nowhere. So now she stay, and now it's either, you know, the only alternative is death. Why not just fight and let him kill you? Or he might be like, well, this ain't worth it. Her head too hard. Take the disgrace. This, you know, sisters, take the disgrace. If it's for righteousness, you take disgrace for pleasure. And Cassie, look at Cassie. Cassie didn't want to take disgrace for being a failed artist because she can't sing. Let's just face that. She ain't got no song. She couldn't even sing in the hall, in the hotel lobby. Y'all might say I'm evil for mocking her. So what? So what? There's a council for that. All right. I'll put in the request. So what? But she could have just take, I'm a failed artist, but I will not become, you know, with that thing, that toy to some deviant. But she couldn't do that. She couldn't do that. And for how many years? How many years has it been? About 15, maybe years, 15 years, almost 15 years. Now she decides to scream. Now how many other women Puffy done did it to? In them 15 years, Cassie, is you breaking that 30 million with them? No. You should have screamed back then. You should have screamed back then. That time when he shaved your head, like have you looking like, you know, I don't know what the hell it was. That's the first time anybody of color we've seen with that half a head shave and the thing go over, and sister started doing it. I know you'll remember that phase. From the time of that, you should have done left. You should have done left. Let's keep going for time, all right?
This is really a big tragedy because your life doesn't belong to you any longer. You can't fix it. Even if you spent 2 or 3 days kidnapped and then return home, that's it. That's the end. Although it's illegal in many countries,
damn, that
few cases have gone to the
pull that back out. Yeah, damn, that brought her on. She got out. Pull it back a little bit more. Brother, she gone. She gone. Hold on, pull it back. Pull it back, brother. The ups pull up on her. Go ahead. Pause it there. Pause it. No, she's the one in the middle. No? Yeah. She's the one in the middle. There's her friend on the back side. There's the man who part of the whole ploy on the left side. Right. By the time he come out of the car, she not even in the frame. Pull it back to the beginning now. Look, that's her. That's her in the middle there with the dress. Yep. She coming out to meet him. That's part of the setup. The two of them setting her up. Keep going. She gone. She gone. She ain't even in the frame no more. She gone. I'm trying to tell you, she gone. That nigga high knees, he gone. Go ahead. Come on, man. Why? This got to be like, listen, this is the part I don't understand. So this is the propaganda part of it here. That's the end of it, right? After you do that to her, will you expect her to what? Have sex with you? You expect her to do exactly what? If she get pregnant, what do you think she gonna do? Have the baby? She gonna be falling down the stairs every day on her stomach. You just hear, she gonna wake up and check to see if she bleeding because she gonna kill what's in her because of how it get in there. It's backward. This is the culture of the heathen. That's right. This is why that dude didn't want to go in that land. Now take me to Genesis. I'll tell you where. Hold on. Genesis 34. And start at 1.
Genesis 34 and 1, sir?
Yeah, please, real quick.
The book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land.
Right, Dinah was one of Jacob's daughters. Not one of Jacob's daughters. She was the only daughter. He had the sons, and it's just one girl. Her name was Dinah, right? Or Diana in Hebrew. Go ahead.
And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
Right, so she just went out to see the daughters of the land socializing. Ain't nothing wrong. She go out there. This Hivite, which is a heathen, a Hamite, he saw her, took her, and defiled her. He forced her. Just like them heathens in that tape would just take a woman. You get the point? This is their culture. This is them. This is who they are. We cannot be like them. We had to be different and opposite. And we had to, go the hard way with this thing. From here is where Simeon and Levi became famous because they were surrounded by the heathen. Jacob made a deal with this heathen king because he came later to ask Jacob to okay the marriage after the son, the heathen king's son, done defiled this girl, done raped her. Right? Jacob said, you know what? They all around us, they're gonna surely kill us if we rise up against them. He made a deal. He said, no problem, we'll do it. Simeon and Levi kicked the hell off. They say we ain't going for that. They said they're only gonna go for it if all these Hivite men get circumcised, because that's our culture. Our culture is to be circumcised. The Hivite men say no problem. They went and get circumcised as adults. When they was healing, Simeon and Levi took a crew, went in there and killed every man. Every man went in there and just put all them to death. The Lord, Jacob was angry because they disobeyed him, and they threatened the life for the whole family at that time. It wasn't big as a tribe, and Jacob cursed them. He said, this anger you all have is, you all dig down a wall and you all anger, put up a protection around us. Now you all expose us. And he's like, you're going to be divided in Israel, even though you're amongst men, amongst brothers. And that's why they're on the same island today and they're divided. It's from that, because they say together, them two get together and unite against somebody is killing and killing. It's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. If Simeon and Levi start, getting together, they will destroy everything. But how Commander John Yahanna say it? They was wrong, but it was right. They was wrong, but it was right. God damn it. They were, like they went to avenge their sister. Who the hell going to allow that to stand? You get the point? They disobeyed their father. They shouldn't have, because the whole tribe, the whole family could have, felt it that day. But them niggas pulled a coup of a coup and slaughtered all of them for their sister's sake. Why? Because it's the same as when you rise up to kill a man. You understand? This is the culture of the heathens. This is not our culture, which is why the Lord told us, don't give your daughters to them. Don't take their daughters to your sons. You get the point? And purple sodomites in IUIC, if they knew this scripture, they would know the Hamites, the Africans, are not us. And Joy Morgan would still be alive. She'd still be in that fake thing, but she'd be alive, though. You get the point? If they knew this was in the Bible. Hamite done rape one girl. What, you need that to happen for you to know they're not us? No, they don't understand that thing. This is a heathen culture. It's not our culture. They're a bunch of deviants, and it's rooted in LGBTQ, as you see in Judges 19. You get the point? Come on.
Off of that video, them purple sodomites too. That's their whole vibe.
Pull it up for me. Where he says,
they whole vibe
you
of.
You have it? The one where he says, I might have it on my phone and I could probably send it, but see if you could find it, all right?
Sir, the whole vibe of like, I personally can't understand it. Any brother in here can't, and the UPK doesn't understand it. Like, why the whole of, how I got a headache and, this stuff.
Even to say that.
Just, yeah, cuz, sir. It's just real
sassy.
Yeah, cuz, sir.
It's spicy.
Cuz, sir.
Really
like,
spicy.
They not. No, this is one when he raping the lesbians to make them straight again.
Okay, I'll take that too, but I want the other one out.
That's what I was looking for yesterday, and then I saw this one.
Yeah, I think I may have that somewhere on my phone. I could probably find it. But go ahead, because
so that's their spirit, like the spirit of heathens and gay men. Like that's that whole kind, right?
Hand in hand.
Right.
It's a heathen culture. Y'all having class over there? You're having class over there? You sure? You sure? I'll shut up in it. You sure? All right, no sweat. Y'all tearing up the paper, y'all taking over the class. All right. Only because we're at the end of May, I'm just making a joke. If this was June, God damn. Y'all having a whole breakdown over there. Shit. And damn it. All right, where we at with it? But yeah, it's so funny how it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? Right. Did you play the other one? Play the other one with the thing. I'm gonna see if I find this one here for you.
The men of the city, some of the men will rape you to correct the nature within you to make it go back.
This correct. Like it's so like it's intelligence or something. They would do this to correct. Effing idiot, boy.
You're supposed to desire. That's what they call corrective rape.
But that need to come in America.
Corrective rape is.
Hey, listen, and he ain't no Levite. That one who say that needs to come in America. Old none saying none are saying idiot. That need to come in America. What is America? Old can't say R, old retarded ass idiot.
The men of the city, some of the men will rape you to correct the nature within you to make it go back to the masculine that you're supposed to desire. That's what they call corrective rape.
But that need to come in America.
You're a lesbian.
Right? Like that's your IUIC. That's your purple sodomite.
Yeah.
Give me the other one, bro. Oh boy, hold on. I know I have it somewhere. All right, let me get that last precept with in Deuteronomy. What verse was that? 22 and 28. That was your question, right? All right, come on. Let me get Deuteronomy 22 and 28 real quick. I'm gonna find it, Bakwash. I think I have it, but I just don't know where.
Oh God, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then it's like verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto her give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days.
All right, and what's the part he was
Well, when I was battling this GMS fake Israelite, and he tried to use this along with he used the first one you brought out with when he forced her, you know what I'm saying? And because she was married, he said it was a difference because she was married, and this one right here was a virgin, and he lay with her. But in all actuality, at the end of 28, it says, and they be found. Why? Because she was with it. You see what I'm saying? If they be found, why if they be found? Because the she was also with it too.
Okay,
That's what
read one more time.
Okay,
I get what you're saying. Like if they be found,
right?
Meaning they was hiding it because he done took her from another man, not forcibly, but spitting game because she's not even spitting game. She's just a hoe. You get the point? So that's what it's saying. The lay hold there doesn't mean like grab and lay hold, like what you were seeing in the video. The lay hold there means like I have her in the palm of my hand, right? I have her in the palm of my hand, or you're captivating. I try to think, what's the words they use today? You a bagger, your booker. I don't know what the sisters be saying. What do y'all be saying? They be saying I'll be gone over I'm gone over this dude. It don't mean you leave and gone somewhere. It just means it's metaphoric. You know what I mean? Nose wide open. You said that's what old school brothers said, man. She got your nose wide open. See? You got your nose wide open, man. So that's what it means there. They idiots, they think it means to literally go lay hands on somebody. Brother, I can't find the clip and it's so that's ridiculous. Oh, it's on there? Oh, play it, man. Come on, man. You're telling me. You need to let me know. Go ahead.
In America, they tell a woman.
Play it again. Damn, I ain't never heard that. Barack, you edit that tape, huh? Barack, you stretch the country out of that nigga. In America. Go ahead.
In America, they tell a woman, be transformed. No, they say be conformed to this world. The women come in Israel, they want to be conformed to this world and say, I'm not in the mood. He go and get some anyway. She go, you rape me. Just babe, huh? That's not rape. Can you read the verse again?
Yes, sir. Verse 4.
I don't know.
The wife have not
pull it back. Pull it back. I don't think they understand what he just said there. I don't think they understand. First thing, I don't know what it is to, not tonight, babe. Usually I'm the one who got to say that shit. Brothers in here will tell you. It's like, yo, I'll come tomorrow. Chill, man. Till the point where you have to go in the car and leave or something. You gotta do something. You gotta do something now. Yeah, I mean, shit, she ain't care about no camp. You say, well, I camp tomorrow. Oh, you're gonna be unclean. Nah, bitch. Get the point? Go ahead,
And he was.
I want to laughing real hard over there. She giggling the hell out there. I hear you, sis. Listen, be proud of that. Give her a hand. That's righteous, Hell. Go ahead.
Counselor, and he's supposed to be a cop, someone who's supposed to uphold the law.
What
and
law?
He's saying,
I am the law. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Exactly. Supposedly. But again, this world is full of deviants. You get the point? Them cops is doing it to sisters too. You know what I mean? Play it again.
He go and get some anyway. She go, you rape me.
Right? And you can't say he going and get some anyway. It means he going somewhere else. Meaning he forces her. He takes her. Your rape she have the right to say like, you know what I mean? However rare that might be, I don't know. She have the right to say like, and that's fine. And if you know her, you would know when she need a break, which means you ain't going in the house that week. You go in the other house. But these sodomites don't believe in that shit. You get the point? So now they have to go take it and the fact he say anyway, like anyway. All right, somebody needs to make a tape with the stealing of the brides and him saying it. He go get some anyway and show that nigga getting out of the car and dragging that bitch back. And then they're going to say, you raped me. And then him saying it again. They in America, they got to be conformed and something. I had a headache. You go get some anyway, snatch the bitch up. You're going to say you raped me. Just to drive the point home, because people don't understand what he's saying. Sexual deviance, sexual assault is rooted in LGBTQ, right? The IUIC is full of closeted homosexuals, filled to the brim. all the way to the rafters with sodomites, all the way to the top, all the way. If that's what you want, go have it. If that's what you want, that's fine with me. Go ahead, have it. Go over there. Just don't be here. You get the point? All right. Last two, and then we're done. Shit, I think we have to be done now. What's the one with Jeremiah? I don't know if we have time for it. Damn, that's the whole thing. I might be able to get that. I think because Zach, you had two, right? With the let me get that. Okay. Let me get that real quick because I think that's a little bit shorter. All right. What's the Jeremiah 8:5 through 12? Let me just check it out and see. Go ahead. Somebody read it when they have it. You could call it all that brother reading on if you
Exodus chapter 12, verse 37 to 38.
Right, and hold the other one in Nehemiah real quick. All right.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Sukkot, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children. Verse 38. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle.
Right, and your question was about the mixed multitude, right?
Some fake Israelites, some Christians, fake Israelites, same thing. They were on TikTok, and they used this right after with Jeremiah 13:3 to say the mixed multitude included heathens because of they believe somehow Nehemiah is saying that's what it's saying here.
What does Jeremiah 13:3 say?
Nehemiah, sir. So like
Nehemiah 13:3.
It says Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 3. Now it came to pass when they had heard the law that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude.
Keep going.
Kawakan. And before this, I.S.U.P.K, the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah. And
you might have to skip up. I'm going to show you where they're getting tripped up at. Right, first off, the mixed multitude is not talking about heathens. The mixed multitude is talking. Somebody look up mixed multitude with in the Strongs. Just pull it up. It's not talking about heathens. What is Nehemiah?
You want mixed or multitude?
Right? Yeah, 13 and 3, yeah. Just go to the one. Go to the verse in Exodus and pull up mixed, not multitude. We know what multitude is.
Mixed in the Hebrew Strongs, it says the web or transverse threads of cloth, also a mixture or mongrel race, Arabia, mingled people, mixed multitude, wolf.
Right. That second one is not it. The first one is the cloth, like mixed.
Yeah,
it's cloth. It's the same cloth, but it's like this is not 100% polyester and 100% cotton. It's mixed. Right. It's cloth though. This is not, cotton and leather. It's cloth, but something about this one is different to that one. Right. The mixed multitude coming out of Egypt in Exodus is talking about Israelites, some of them who was Egyptian in spirit, Egyptian in their ways, Egyptian in their culture, and then there's Israelites who followed after Moses, followed after the law. That's the mixed multitude. It's the mixed in terms of what they follow, what's in their head, what they follow, not heathens. It's not mixed with heathens. That's not what it's talking about. So when you go to Nehemiah, this is what you want to do. You want to start at 1.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 1. On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit, our God turned the curse into a blessing.
So they see them talk about not letting these two heathens even just come among us, right? Come into the congregation, just like you would have America's kingdom, DC is the capital. Imagine they say Iron Lane Arabs coming because of 9/11. Right. They can't even come in the city because of what some Arabs did 10 years ago, or how much ever years ago. They say in this year, we remember how Moab and Ammon was. They wouldn't let us pass, and they tried to harm us. You can't even let them among us. Then so because of that, now they think the mixed multitude is talking about them.
Yeah,
mixed multitude is not talking about them. Keep going.
Kawakan. Now it came to pass when they had heard the law that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. And before this, I.S.U.P.K the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah.
Right. So now 3, when it say they separated all the mixed multitude, that mixed multitude there is same as Egypt, who didn't want to follow the law. They get separated. You get the point? Just like Maccabees and some men went to the mountains, the others went to the plains.
Right.
If they all went together, that multitude would have been mixed.
Right.
That multitude would have, as he trying to fight the Grecians, that multitude would have been cutting deals on the back end.
Right.
It would have been a mixed multitude. The mixed multitude in Exodus is not heathens. It's not that. If that's the case, they'll have to pull in Exodus the other heathens who was in bondage with us.
Right.
For it to even be heathens, unless they're saying the mixed multitude was Egyptians, like Israel and Egypt.
Right. They saying
they ain't saying Egypt.
Nah, they saying just any mixed.
Well, where's the heathens? All the go back after before Exodus is what? Genesis? Show me from Exodus 1 to 12 where there's heathens in there with us that would leave with us.
Right.
It ain't there.
Right.
They really need to do this because a lot of them have heathen wives and heathen husbands. You get the point? A lot of them is heathens themselves.
Right.
So whatever. And okay, even if it meant the mixed multitude, what the hell does that have to do with getting into the kingdom now?
Right.
It just said in verse 1, them can't come into the congregation. So even if that was mixed multitude, what does that, let's just say for argument's sake, some of them marched up with Moses. What does that mean now?
Right.
Does that mean now we still join them? No, it don't say that even for after.
Right.
Even if that was it there, they're just wrong about the whole thing.
Right.
All right. The one in Jeremiah, probably I'll get that next week, or you could ask that to Maury, brother, who asked. Go ahead.
So it's just last minute. Rolanda Best says, do y'all eat pork? And what do y'all think about interracial dating? Do y'all sell church dinners?
No, we don't eat pork, and interracial dating is nasty. Well, it's like that thing in the back of my throat anytime what's called that pollen season. And you know how you're being and I spit that shit and come out yellow. That's interracial dating. You see, the plasma is clear and the thing is yellow, but it's mixed up good and just slimy. And that's your swirl, you dirty bitch. Excuse me. It's getting close to midnight. The gremlin are coming out. You remember gremlins? Don't feed them after midnight. It's getting real close. Watch them questions you're asking. Interracial dating is nasty. It's nasty and it's weak. If you're a woman, it's weak. You're just turning on your nation. If you're a man, it's weaker. You're just weak as hell. Interracial dating is an absolute sin against the Lord. It's a sin against the Lord. You're just weak and you don't know what the hell you're doing. And I don't know what we ain't a church, so we don't sell dinners. All right. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shapat.
I.S.U.P.K security announcers. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. For priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. The Feast of First Fruits starts after the Sabbath. Feast of Unleavened Bread, sundown, Sunday the Sunday, April the 28th, 2024. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. Monday, June the 17th, 2024. Start before sundown. You can find us in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 10 through 22. Slack, so you want to add anything?
June 15th, Buffalo, New York, Commander 15th and 16th. Commander Yahanna gonna be in Buffalo. Y'all come through, check it out. Interview, street speaking, food program, food giveaway, and clothing drive. Right? What's the was them cookout dates? Who have them? All right, hold on. We got the cookouts. I believe it's 5 big cookouts this year. I think that's the norm, right? It's usually 5 cookouts, 5 cities. This is the rundown of all them cookouts. Hold on. Damn. You have it? Hold on. Come on, man. All right, this is the rundown of all them cookouts. Atlanta, July 4th through the 7th. All right, Atlanta, July 4th through the 7th. Detroit, that's the Midwest Fire Weekend, August 1st through the 4th. August 1st through the 4th. New York Cookout Headquarters, August 30th through September 1st. All right, August 30th through September 1st, headquarters. Then we go into the West Coast, Southern Cali, September 26th through the 29th. And they're closing it out with Houston, which is October 31st through November 3rd. You know, make your plans, get your tickets, separate them days, pick whichever one you want to go to, or all, or 3, or 4, or 5. Get to something. All right, that's the 5 major cookouts this year. You know how we do it every year throughout the summer. Go ahead, Al. Houston is October 31st to November 3rd. That's what I have here. No sweat.
Remember Aquaman Aquaman to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband or scarf. And with that, I say I might which means to stand. Sisters, you may remain seated. So, which means to turn. Sisters, you may stand. I might you. You will give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men and visitors. Mind you back. Might you. Run. Yahanna Shema Hashem Yahushua. Y'all give me time. Class dismissed.